to Hockey Town. It's a place where dreams are found. We fought so many battles here, and we're the ones that they will fear. The club resides within our town. We won't stop, no letting down. The cup is ours, we're all to drink. It's our town, let's have this ring. Hey, Hockey Town. Not alone, just look around. Hey, Hockey Town. Let's hear the sound. Drop the fever burns. Flesh speed, some brilliant daring. Red lights flash, horns are flaring. Hockey Town, our hunger's fed. By our men in white and red. They dazzle us before our eyes. Lord Stanley's Cup, we have the prize. Hockey Town, not alone, just look around. Hockey Town, let's hear the sound. Hockey Town, play hockey.
Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Main Street Prowlers. Today we have with us right now Jeremy, who actually does part of the broadcasting with Braden. So we're glad to have you here.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. I'm glad to be here, and let's get it going.
Yeah, that's I'm sorry, I have to take these off right away.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, mine are down there too. Yeah, it was a little hard.
Yeah,
a little hard. Yeah.
Hey, at least I lasted like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But you do a lot with the team. That's you're basically like they're everything behind scenes.
Yeah.
Your main title is broadcasting and director of ticket sales.
Right.
So, what brought you to Port Huron to do that kind of stuff?
Yeah. So I graduated from Hofstra University in May. And lined up out of school. I had a job for the summer at Harvard University, just working in the athletics department, doing some promotional things, writing releases, doing graphics for them, a multitude of things like that. And I pretty much learned about a month in it would just only be just a job for the summer. So I just knew I wanted to work in sports my whole life, and in college I did some broadcasting and other things like on the radio and with TV. So hockey's always been my favorite sport. So I started mainly looking for hockey jobs, and I knew of the PHL. It was from New York, so I knew of Elmira and Watertown, and so I just started going on each team's website, just looking at their careers page, and I saw the Port Huron. It was a broadcasting open along with a multitude of other positions, and I applied, and literally a day later I had an interview with Matt, and then the day after that I talked with Matt and Joe about it, and here we are.
And that's a good thing too. It's we're glad that Joe isn't stretched to the max on this year about that.
I mean, like I said, so far I've been here about, I think this is my 4th month about, and I'm enjoying it here. I love Port Huron. Love being around the team every day. So, I've really enjoyed my time here so far.
The good thing is you get to live with some of them. So.
I currently live with Chris Paulin and Alex Strack, my fellow New Yorker, Chris Paulin, and then Alex Strack. He's from Illinois. So, they're both great guys. And like I said, I mean, and then in the past, first few weeks being here, guys came in and out of the house that I'm living in. So, it's been fun so far.
Exactly. And so we're glad. I've been communicating for you for a few months now. It's been great. So
it's been good. I'm glad I could help try and get some of the guys on the show.
Right.
And it's been fun. Yeah.
All right, and you become a good friend of mine. So
yeah.
So.
but
no, it's seriously.
It's been great so far.
So let's get to it. It's New Year.
New Year's Eve.
Let's start off with the bloopers right away. It's New Year's Eve today. It's we'll be online until 8:30 tonight. 8 tonight, something like that.
8 o'clock.
Like I said, bloopers. Let's just do it. Let's be funny as hell
What were you
tonight.
drinking before the show?
I drink Jaeger and Coke. Just kidding. Just kidding. I don't actually do that.
I do. Just not today.
About that, I don't condone that at all. But if they do it behind my back,
Don't look at me. I don't do it.
I don't drink myself. So.
I can definitely see Robert doing it before the show. Is that about something?
We don't want to get him in trouble again.
No, I'm sorry, Megan. I'm sorry. Anyways, so you guys had 5 games since we've last been on, and we've had 5 straight wins.
Mm-hmm.
Technically 8, but 5 since we've been on. So that's against good teams too, like Mentor.
Yeah. It was a weekend sweep against Mentor. The weekend before that, it was Danville, and then the last game was Battle Creek. 7-2 win there. Expected to beat Battle Creek, but yeah, Danville. They were at the time neck and neck in the standings. I think it was going into that weekend. We had 28 points. They had 30. Night number one's an OT win, coming back from a 3-1 deficit, which was big. And then number 2, it was a bit of more of a back and forth affair. Final score was 5-3, I believe.
Something like that.
It was more of a back and forth game, but still, that was a big weekend. And then this past weekend, shutout win, 2-0 against Mentor on Friday, and then Saturday was the 4-2 win. So yeah, I mean it was a big weekend again. Mentors in the East, they started the season off really well. I think they dipped a little bit, but still, I mean, they'll be a playoff
They
team.
blame it all on us and the referees.
Right.
If you've seen that picture of the how the referee shook hands with us at the bench.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You guys? Oh, wow. No, I didn't see that. Oh, okay.
That was down in Mentor where
Mentor posted it because they were crying that.
What, this past weekend?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
this past weekend.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know.
Oh,
Of course, I had this game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
That's,
Wow.
Ref number 13 said, "Get our chummy with the prowlers."
Wow.
isn't that like Scarface or?
I don't know who number 13 is. I know we always get Hitzek and the other guy. I can't think of his name though, off the top of my head.
Now I'm gonna look it up.
I just couldn't believe how they were even saying that how there was a lot of no calls and against Port Huron. We had more penalties than they did all weekend.
I mean,
how can you consider it no calls when we had more penalties than
Right.
So,
right.
And
and which most of them were good calls. There's a few that I disagree, but most of them,
they were actually calling straightforward.
yes.
We got a question from Big Boys Fort Gratiot. Who's all is going to show up tonight?
We're not sure yet.
Yeah, guys may come in and out. A lot of them are busy tonight, so if they come in, they may be on for about 20 to 30 minutes. Guys, they're all doing different things currently right now. Some are with their families, so we'll see as the night goes on. But it was a holiday. They're a little bit busy, so we'll see what
Right.
happens. Yeah.
We can only make the call out to them, right?
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm here all night, so I'm excited.
Hey, we got Jeremy, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Who I've been trying to get on the show since I actually started texting you. So
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm glad to be here. I'm finally glad it's happening.
yeah,
It's be a fun show. Yeah.
And number 13, the ref is Kevin Mullen. I know he's been at our games. He's called questionable games here, so.
Interesting.
And that's just from my perspective, at least. I don't know about these other things.
But I'm gonna tell you, the fans, the guys who did the post on Facebook say we get all the calls.
That's right.
No, we just scored a goal.
Sure we do.
We just scored a goal, but you don't get all the calls.
It's just funny how, well, not funny. It's just interesting to see from different perspectives. because you're not always going to see one way when you're rooting for your home team.
Right,
so.
right, of course, yeah.
And of course, we saw mentors, fans lash out because they were not winning, and we can see why they lost 2-0 that night. I think that was the
Which
first.
I think they still were both great. You know, they
Yeah.
were great
Yeah,
games.
yeah.
You know, we just got the edge.
Right.
You know.
So, and but no, they're not used to getting shut out this season.
No.
So it's, I believe this is like only the first time they've been shut out this season.
Possibly, I remember, I didn't, I wasn't on this trip this past weekend, but I just remember, when we went there the first time, it was Butita, Clausen, and Moscow. They were like a big powerhouse there, and I know Butita got called up to the SP before the weekend started, so I think he was out of the lineup.
Yeah.
And then, I didn't have the roster in front of me of who played. I'm sorry, but they were a Butita and Moscow, I believe, were like the two leading point scorers back in like November when we went. So
And they still are.
I would
technically, but
yeah, I would say this probably might have been the first time they got shut out. I think it would make sense if it was. I'm not sure, but it would make sense. Yeah.
I mean, it's understandable why BT got called up though.
Of course, yeah.
He's been producing consistently at night in and night out.
Yeah, I mean, last season he was over a point per game player. He came in at the end of the year. He's a good player, so I mean, he deserves a call up, and we'll see what he does in the SP.
Yeah, I think he'll do well. I think he'll spend a lot of time up there.
Yeah.
So, not to say that I don't want Mentor to do well, because of course I want to get
I
competition
want all our
out there.
teams to do great.
Yeah.
The competition. It's just if the guys are doing good enough, let them have their chance.
Right,
to
and
go
this
somewhere.
is exactly what this league is about: is to get people onto different leagues.
Yes.
So.
Higher up to the NHL.
Yeah.
It needs to happen a lot more though too, because the only person to come from A hockey is Scott Darling, who surprisingly is a goalie. So it's rare for a goalie to go from the ECHL to go to the NHL. So to have someone from the SPHL go up that high too,
It'd be something that'd be great to see. Has that happened?
Scott Darling is the only one that's come to the NHL.
Oh, he has played in the SP.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I didn't
think
know that. I did not know. Okay.
He played one season, I think, with the Louisiana Ice Skaters.
Oh, okay.
But other than that,
I do remember watching something a few years ago on him, back when he was like in Chicago, and I remember during a play. I think the last time they won the cup, the first series. They benched Crawford for him, and I remember, they ended up winning I think they were down like 0-2 in the series. And they ended up winning, and I remember watching after that season a documentary on him, and I know he was in the ECHL, and it was like he was going to quit hockey, and he signed this last-second contract, and then they ended up becoming a cup champion. So it's interesting. I didn't know he played in the SP.
it was either Louisiana or Mississippi River Kings. So, but I know it was a southern team. So. Which is good for him, though. He's a really nice guy. If you ever get to meet him, he's more generous because of the stuff that he's been through in his life. Mm-hmm. So it's amazing to have those kind of people to actually make that kind of step into the big leagues and still keep their personality. Mm-hmm. So
there's plenty of former Prowlers in the SP currently. Hopefully see them in the show one day. That'd be big. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
I mean, it's like if we ever get Austin Doe back, it's. But no, I don't think he's coming back ever, unfortunately, because I think he deserves to be in the ECHL at least. So, but that's again my opinion. The ECHL should take a good look into him and Johnson, and probably Simons if he can play consistently too.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
He's up in the SPHL right now, Simons and Simmons. Sorry,
Simons. I think it's Simons.
Yeah.
Simons. Yeah.
But he's 6-0 right now.
Yeah. No, from what I understand, this is usually the time of year where the call-ups happen, and seeing that. Well, I saw Rylan Pashevitz had actually been called up about a week before Christmas out of Columbus, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. And was thinking, Corey Simons. I mean, 6-0, 181 goals against average. Yeah, 948 save percentage. I mean, you kind of had to figure it was coming. I mean, and hey, he was a terrific player for the Prowlers this season.
Yeah.
I mean, but hey, I mean, Chris Paul this weekend.
Yeah.
Hey, I stepped in when he needed to. Big weekend for him, and it's exciting to see 2 performances out of him like that, and moving forward. Hey, I mean,
especially being the first game right after Corey being out.
Yeah, shutout right after.
Yeah.
I mean, it's huge, and it's what the fans want to see.
It's
what
like
everybody wants to see. So it's exciting. Yeah,
exactly. Telling them that even though we lose one good player, he can still step in.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Even I said I was impressed by Paul's play this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
The games that he did lose, though, earlier in the season, he's just been bested, unfortunately, by good offense.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Chris has been having a great season, and I mean, after this weekend, it's a big impact weekend, and moving into next weekend, if we can bring the Thunder. Excuse me, I'm sorry, but we can bring the Thunder once more. So,
Yeah, Thunder. Yeah, that'd be nice.
He's here to stay. That's exactly what we need. Is
two top goalies. We get 2 great goalies.
And I know the rumor is that if Santa Guida does get cleared completely through SPHL, is that he's going to come back down too. So.
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, I didn't know about that. But yeah, I know Santa Gita. I just know the one season he was here. It was 25-1-1.
Yeah.
Such amazing. So he's another guy up there that deserves to be playing at that level. But yeah, I mean, hey, if he came back, I'm sure the Prowlers would again welcome him with open arms. No question. Yeah.
Trust me, I'll be like, you're starting right now.
Listen, you play a game. Paulin plays a game. Simon plays a game. And we're just rotate to the end of the season.
Yeah. That's the one problem though, is having 3 number ones. So, I want to double back though right here is the one thing that's interesting with your background though is that you grew up an Islanders fan. You got to intern with them too.
Not intern, but my college radio station at Hofstra, the flagship station for the New York Islanders, and so we have their broadcast over 88.7 FM WRHU. So students, if you join the radio station there, you get to cut highlights from the games like saves, hits, goals, and then you can also engineer the broadcasts, produce them. And then the highest you can go is be a reporter at them. So we would have a lead reporter and a shadow reporter. Lead reporter in between periods would pick a player to interview, ask them 3 questions, and you'd send it back to the station, and they would play that interview during intermission. And then the shadow reporter would, at the end of the game, just they had a moat box there, so you would hook up to the moat box and just record the post-game conference from the coach. So seeing Barry Trotz last year was really something really awesome, and the season they had, it was a fun year. So yeah, it was a great opportunity, and
Which definitely makes you more experienced than most.
Yeah. I mean, So it's one of the selling points of the school is you get to be working basically alongside professional hockey players and the professional experience there. So yeah, it was something amazing, especially since they were my favorite team. But regardless of the opportunity, even if they weren't, it would still be something I'd want to jump all over. So
exactly. So and it just makes it just that much better.
That's true. Yeah.
But I mean, I wish I could have gotten that kind of experience. So, but hey, at least I get the Prowlers. So
I mean,
I can't complain.
Yeah, no, and just jumping to the Prowlers from the Islanders. Obviously it's different because I work for the Prowlers and I'm around them. Technically, I would say 6 days a week. So I mean, it's awesome. It kind of reminds me of the Islanders being there a bit, but this league, it's different and being in a different location. But I mean, it's something I love doing and I enjoy it every day. Absolutely.
Which is good because there's some people that come into this profession just to get by, unfortunately.
I mean, like I said, I'm just living it up every day, just taking it one day by day and seeing what happens. So.
All right. You got to party somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the New Year's Eve bash. Let's party.
Yeah.
But no, in a way, I'm jealous though of you, and
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry about being able to have that experience. I mean, I get to interview these players one day a week, but to be able to hang out with them
Yeah.
on a regular basis would be.
Yeah, it's it's just like I said, it's fun now, but just getting to this point, it hasn't been easy. With the Islanders at school, there's competition for it, and there's always competition, and I just knew in college I had a multitude of interns. I had about maybe 4 or 5 internships, so I just knew build through those internships, make connections, and things my parents guided me on, and career fairs and all that. So it's just helping, having those connections help, and just getting the experience, as much experience as you can before you graduate help. So
Right.
yeah.
And before we head off to break, though, I do want to tell everyone we are at Big Boys in Fort Gratiot. They have really good food right now. I'm actually like mowing down on some Ford cheese mac and cheese right now. I know I say that every week, but it's that great.
And
But we'll hold off that to the next
I'm
break.
just going to wish us a Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you over in Canada, too.
I'm sorry. I thought that was an actual question.
No.
My bad. But no. Let's come on down to Big Boy. They have the the breakfast bar. There's a salad bar out right now. Some great. It smells really good right now. Big Boy combo is amazing.
Yes.
And so
So are the chicken strips.
the Big Boy combo is only $7.99 right now. So that's definitely a plus. Come on, guys. And we do have our silent auction going on right now. Come on down, be able to win
Jerseys, pucks.
And we have a couple game-worn jerseys from the Border Cats and the Beacons days. We have a Nicholas Lindstrom signed puck right now, Sergei Samsonov. So come on, guys. Let's get those bids. Let's help the Epilepsy Foundation. So let's see you guys right after this break.
Hey guys, it's Crystal from the Port Huron Prowlers. Back to you from behind the scenes. I'm with Mitz today, and Mitz and I are here to give you guys some examples of things the guys would like on the bus trip. Mitz, do you think the guys would like granola bars? What about fruit and vegetables? Okay, not vegetables, but how about fruit? Cases of water? What about some Powerade and Gatorade? Well, there you have it. Some true facts of what Mitz thinks our boys should have on the road trips. Thanks for watching and enjoy the show.
At Big Boy, we've got lots of omelets all day, every day. Like the meaty meat lovers, savory Southern, or hearty Denver. It's your Big Boy.
Well, not really. I got the beat. Oh, Elite Wrestling tomorrow, guys. If you're on wrestling. I can't believe I let myself get. Oh, I thought that one was good.
Border City Paranormal is a professional paranormal team located in the Blue Water area. If you have any uneasy feelings, hear bumps in the night that cannot be explained, or hear rumors about your home or business, please give us a call.
Hi, and welcome back. Sorry that was a little bit longer than we expected, but we all had to grab our drinks, right? But like I said before we came to the break, please come down. We're doing our silent auctions for the Epilepsy Foundation tonight, and we're also having some great food from Big Boy. They're very accommodating to us. They'll essentially let you sit wherever you want in this place. So if you don't want to sit by a window, you can choose a booth on the inner part of the restaurant. So that's a plus. So, and we've had just a few people show up, and they got to choose to actually sit with us. So
Turn the camera on the people for a minute.
that's might as well. And we're gonna have all our fans say hi for a second.
In other words, y'all about to be on show. Yes, you get the way, you get to say hi.
Say hi, guys.
Hi. Go Growlers.
And you turn it back to the that back corner right there really quick, Dana. Right back there, and that very back corner right there is our silent auction items. I know you can't see it really well, but we have, like I said, we have a few signed pucks, we have a few signed jerseys, and nice face, Dana. Oh, we have Big Boy.
I didn't know. No way. I didn't know they had an actual
Yeah.
costume or mascot.
That's he generally comes out during the Tuesday night cruises, so that's.
Oh, okay. I did not know.
Yeah.
But.
Oh, he's walking around over here.
I'm gonna have to get that guy to unlock the camera. It's probably to.
Let's do it.
I think.
We'll wait to see if he shows up out there. He might be out front walking. Out by the road. He's out by the road.
Trying to get your Big Boy, you know.
We got to promote somehow, right? Big boy, come in. Come in. Stop being cold. We want you on the show. but in all seriousness now, I know we're having fun, but this weekend's coming up games is going to be a well-fought game.
Yeah.
They're going to be too well-fought. It's you might be deceived by Delaware's standings, but they generally make it very well-fought.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one guy, the guys told me about him before season started. Ryan Marker. He's a New Jersey native from Sewell, which is I don't think that's really close to me. I know the name, of course, and 43 points in I think 20 something games. I mean, the guy's been an offensive monster.
Oh, come on in, big boy.
Big boy.
But I mean, we got to have our special guest, our ultimate special guest right here. Come on in. So.
I got him right there.
How you doing, big boy?
You can have my seat for a few.
Fantastic.
I mean.
You can sit right there for now.
Here.
And it's glad to finally have you on the show too. So it's.
It's good to be here.
It's we've been just like Jeremy, we've been trying to get you on the show for a very long time now. So you're very elusive yourself. I mean, you won't return my text, dude. Come on. But no, in all seriousness, you guys have some great food here, so I'm glad that you guys actually are very accommodating, especially us. We have a big setup here. It's as you guys probably saw when we were rotating the camera around, we take up a good portion of their back section, which I'm glad you guys are very understanding about it, very accommodating to us. And you guys hired some great waitresses here too, so. And
You could work, that's for sure.
sorry. Got the best ownership group in the business too, so. And it's you guys probably love the Prowlers more than I do, so.
I know a lot of these guys do, yes.
Yeah. So with a shake of your head, is this location better than the Marysville one? By 1,000%, right? So we do have one question from Crystal. What is it, Robert?
Jeremy, what is your favorite road trip so far this year and why?
I mean, I love going on the road with the guys, but I would say probably the first weekend in Danbury, without a doubt. Just 2 overtime wins against the Hat-Tricks, coming back from behind. And it was just fun on the bus on the way back, celebrating, I mean, it was a great weekend. Like I said, it really introduced me to, hockey in the FPHL, and it was just, and like I said, the Danbury's arena is really nice. Their media personnel were nice too. So I would say the first weekend in Danbury was definitely probably my favorite road trip this season.
Say goodbye to Big Boy.
Big boy's leaving us already.
Yeah, he's got.
Bye.
See ya.
See you later, big boy. But Danbury, though, to follow up on that, they're actually a big hockey town themselves.
Yeah. Like I said, just before that trip too, I was researching the Whalers and Titans, just for little fun facts to fill in space on the broadcast. And I mean, I thought the name Hat-Trick. They named themselves the Hat-Tricks because it's their third team in town, but it's really the Hat City. I learned that after the weekend. So, I mean that weekend was probably one of the greatest weekends of my life, to be honest. So
another fun fact though about that city is that they used to have a junior team called the Mad Hatters.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually quite interesting because the owner did love Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, okay.
So
good.
It was a perfect fit for the ownership group and the city. So
it's fitting, yeah.
And that they also in that city they have the National Women's Hockey League team from, I think it's Connecticut Whale. Yeah.
Connecticut Whale, yeah. We I remember on the Saturday when we played there, they were playing. I can't remember who, but yeah, they were. We watched them play for a little bit, and I think they it was a blowout. They blew out the other team, whoever they were playing, and I think what was it, Colton Orr? I think is like their coach, like the former NHL player. Or something like that. The former NHL players, like the coach of that team, so it's interesting, yeah.
And it's good for them. Women's hockey is definitely really growing. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it is. Me and my son just made a team for the year, 2019 NHL, all girls.
Oh.
Even the goalies are girls. The whole team's girls, and we're gonna take the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
They also have a 3HL team though, so it's definitely a lot bigger out there in hockey. So
yeah. I looking at that, looking at their league, I know. So I remember my freshman year of college. I think there was a team in Brooklyn, and I think Ben Scriven's wife was the goalie for the team. I think her name was Jenny Scrivens, and then. I remember, exploring it this summer, looking at their league. I think there's like so many more teams now. So no, it's growing. Absolutely, yeah.
Another question from Crystal. Oh, yeah. So, being so far away from home, what is one of your favorite home cooked meals you like to eat or make?
Oh man, well, any Wednesday night I go over to Crystal's. Sometimes she has some of the guys over for dinner. I mean, all their food is great. My favorite. I don't know, it's tough. My mom's Italian, so she makes some really good Italian food. So I would say probably my favorite home cooked meal of hers that I could order anywhere and love is chicken parm and pasta. Oh. So I would say I think that's mine.
Yeah, that's definitely one that will never get old.
No,
I
love it. Yeah.
Next time I make my spaghetti, I'll invite you over.
Yes, sounds good.
I make a sauce that the spoon stands straight up in the pan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. Okay.
It's to die for too. So.
Yeah, no, it's really good. Hey, let me know.
That means everybody's coming, right?
Yes.
You see me pictures of spaghetti, chili, chicken.
I'm the cook in my house, so
If you put meatballs
So,
in, I'll come.
So next special,
Put meatballs in.
the next special episode, we're going to your house so you can cook for us. We're having the whole team over, and
I don't think I can make that much sauce.
you make a lot within itself already.
It's
so
like $60 just for that.
yeah. But that sauce though, you make like a huge pot already. So
Yeah, but that only lasts 2 days in my house.
Oh.
Drew.
The main meal and then leftovers the next day and then it's gone.
Yeah.
But I can't complain. It's good stuff. So
David Nipper just joined. Don't give up the home cooked meal spot, she says.
Sorry, Crystal.
I did not mean to. Blame that on me. I let him ask. Serena does say hey. That's good.
Hi, Sabrina.
It's good to have multiple people from that are close to the team come on to help support even more. So, and you need those kind of people. You need your photographer like Sabrina. You need the person that takes care of you guys like Crystal does. So
they're just in any way helping the team. We always appreciate the support.
You need all the behind the scene people. And especially your fans and your rowdy group and stuff like that. Without that, the team wouldn't make it.
With people, especially like Crystal, though, that makes anything and gives anything to the team, especially without really asking for much either.
Right.
And especially with them being so far away from home and them not making as much on the road either. So that's definitely a plus to have those kind of people. Oh, excuse me. Me and Pop do not agree, I swear. And sorry, guys.
You started festivities, I see. Yes.
Yes, it's all those. Yes, exactly.
Maybe you need to quit having them spike it with the extra cherry.
Shut up! You do not give away my secrets. It's really Jägermeister.
Yeah.
Huh?
You wish.
Family-friendly restaurant. no alcohol served here, so.
Not like my Christmas party. I was drinking spiked Kool-Aid.
That was a good picture, though, that you sent me. So.
It was honey flavored whiskey and Kool-Aid.
Red.
Yep, red Kool-Aid.
It's nice.
So you recently just went back out to New York yourself.
Yeah, well, I live in
Yeah.
New Jersey now.
New Jersey.
I was in Queens over the break. Visiting my family. We on my dad's side, we do Christmas Eve at my grandmother's. She lives in Queens, so the whole Skiva side gets together.
So that must have been fun though, because that's just an interesting city within itself.
Yeah.
I should say borough. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, people over there, when you say New York City, they just think Manhattan. To me, I mean, the city's all 5 boroughs. So I guess everybody thinks of it differently. But yeah, I mean, I like Queens. So my dad grew up there. My grandparents still live there, so I'm there multiple times a year. And,
It's beautiful out there, though. So.
Yeah.
And well, unfortunately, the last time I was out there, I spent a lot of time in their hospital.
Oh.
So, hey, at least I can say that I got there within probably 2 minutes. So their whole system out there for emergency systems is actually pretty great. So, I mean, being in a city with X amount of millions of people, got to be great, right?
Yeah, true.
So, but no, that's, even though I went to the hospital, I had a great time out there. So,
Good.
and definitely great people out there, good, nice people. Even though a lot of people say it's murderous, but it's not really. You meet more good people out there than.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, New Yorkers are different. People are different everywhere, but especially I've been to Boston, New York, New Jersey, here. I say people are different, wherever you go. But I think New Yorkers, they get a rap they shouldn't. But
the same thing with Detroiters too. They get a rap. We've always had a rep to where don't go to Detroit.
Well, now
period.
you hear that here, they compare us. They say we're little Detroit. I don't think it's that bad here.
But the bad thing is, but no, the good thing is, Detroit has cleaned up a lot over the last even 5 years.
Yeah, I went to Detroit about a month ago, and I thought it was nice. I didn't.
Yeah.
I know the whole stereotype behind it, but I enjoyed my time there. I thought it was nice.
As I always said, though, it doesn't matter what town you're from. You have every neighborhood has its issues. It don't matter where you go.
Right.
It's true.
It's everywhere. You can't just say it's bad in one spot, and put down an area. Everybody has their issues. Some the bigger populated areas you see more because they're more populated.
That'd be like Flint.
Yeah, I've been to Flint. I was in Flint a couple weeks ago, and I gotta admit, understandably so, people in Flint are generally nice. They're wonderful people to hang around with. I can't say, I'm not going to sit here and bash Flint because for some of the things, because most stuff isn't their fault. Like some people in Detroit, most stuff isn't their fault.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't sit here and bash two urban cities, or like for here, for example, I can't sit up here and bash here, or people say this isn't Detroit. This is nowhere near Detroit. People here are a lot friendly. People here are friendlier here. Don't get me wrong, I love my city, but if I had to choose, I rep all three. I'm not going to tell a lie. Like yourself, you rep Queens, but you work here, and it's understandable. You can rep both cities or 3 cities at one point.
New Jersey, Long Island.
Okay,
it's
maybe about 7 cities.
Yeah.
Maybe you take about 7 cities.
No, I get it.
Let's be honest, Jeremy's all over.
It was mainly just growing up. I grew up Long Island, New Jersey, but I get it. I get what you mean. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah,
and the Detroit side, I've been through the downside. I've been through the upside. Now it's back on this upswing, and I'm proud of it. Granted, we don't have a million people anymore, but I'm proud to see what it has become.
it's been the population has been getting definitely a lot bigger though because it's been getting cleaned up, and
And not to mention it's more diverse than it was.
yeah,
it was.
exactly.
I mean, when I was growing up, the diversity was leaving. Now it's coming back, and now I'm part of it. It's coming back.
What many people don't realize is that even when the Red Wings are on a downturn, the Illich family are still helping out the area. It's definitely a good family that's cleaning up the area themselves. They might have not got all the stuff they wanted to get done yet, but they're still working on it. They're still cleaning up.
Right, that's true. And I mean, there's still more neighborhoods that need help. I do understand that. Even mine, which I lived in the Rosedale Park area. But, it's wonderful. Detroit is a good city to go to.
Yeah.
Right.
But again, like you said, they're helping rebuild. And the other thing is they're getting rid of a lot of the condemned areas, so people can't, keep it from building and hoarding and hiding in them. Using them as drug houses or whatever you want to call it.
And for which I can say finally.
Yes.
It took a few years, I can say
But
finally.
we have a question from David Nippert.
Okay.
Happy New Year, fellas, first off, he says. Jeremy, any opposing player you're excited to see play here in Port Huron?
Yeah. Well, first one, the first one that comes to mind is Ahmed Mahfouz.
Oh God!
we kind of cut that right there.
Yeah, you hear different things about Foose, but I just, again, I've never met him or anything, but I just know he's the all-time leader in goals, assists, points,
And he
even
did.
PIMS in this league.
As we always say, for one, he is a great player, and yes, he's supposed to get under everybody's skin, grant you. And we think he's a great guy off ice. We just don't agree on some of his tactics.
Okay, right.
Other than that, we get,
Yeah. So yeah, and it was before I came here, when I was researching players and stuff in the league. I mean, just from what I got from what I got from researching him. I mean, most points in the league. So he's definitely I don't want to say the face of the league, but he's a guy that's been around a while, and he can score, play make, and do all that. So I mean, I'm excited for when we play Elmira for the first time.
And it's he's definitely one to joke around with you.
Yeah. Like I said, he's a great guy. He is. I've talked to him before, and he's great. And it's just, as the opposing team, we again,
We love our opposing team.
Yeah.
We like to poke the stick. Yeah.
You just sometimes have, you always have that one, that you always remember.
Yes. And be honest, David. You meant to stir the pot.
All right. Ready for another commercial?
Yep. That's we'll be right back, guys, and stay with us. And also come back. Come to Big Boys as well. Remember, we still got the silent auction going on. Lindstrom. We got Lindstrom signed stuff, so.
Hey guys, it's Crystal from the Port Huron Prowlers. Back to you from behind the scenes. I'm with Mitz today, and Mitz and I are here to give you guys some examples of things the guys would like on the bus trip. Mitz, do you think the guys would like granola bars? What about fruit and vegetables? Okay, not vegetables, but how about fruit? Cases of water? What about some Powerade and Gatorade? Well, there you have it. Some true facts of what Mitz thinks our boys should have on the road trips. Thanks for watching and enjoy the show.
At Big Boy, we've got lots of omelets all day, every day. Like the meaty meat lovers, savory Southern, or hearty Denver. It's your Big Boy.
Well, not really. We got the beat all elite wrestling tomorrow, guys. If you're on wrestling. I can't believe I let myself get. Oh, I thought that one was good.
Border City Paranormal is a professional paranormal team located in the Blue Water area. If you have any uneasy feelings, hear bumps in the night that cannot be explained, or hear rumors about your home or business, please give us a call.
Danville when they had that game when they were winning 5-1, and then Elmira came back and won 6-5, which
Interesting.
But if you watch them play it slow, they're starting to get more shots on goal, more, you know, and not as bad as their goalie should be getting some stars. I'm sorry, he should not be not getting star of the game.
I think there was a 68 save game he had earlier in the year too.
He just had a good
He just had a 79 save game.
This weekend.
Against Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh, this weekend?
Yeah,
wow.
Carolina.
Wow. I
You
did
know,
not
and
see-
didn't even get a star.
Wow.
Welcome back, guys. We're just talking about the Rumblebees goalie, about how
Impressive that he was this weekend against the Thunderbirds.
I mean, not being able to really have any defense in front of you, that's amazing.
You know, that's what brought that subject up is the Icebreakers announcers talking about how well Carolina's doing, taking off where they left off last year. Well, sorry, when you got 7 games against a team that, you know, is almost guaranteed wins, yeah, you're going to take off where you were last year.
That just reminds me of the commercial that just came out from the Elmira Enforcers, too. Funny that you bring up Mafoose because they just came out with that commercial about the guaranteed win against the Rumblebees for this weekend. That's quite interesting within itself, because I know Bus Hockey League made fun of them for that one, and it's.
I'm sorry, the way the Rumblebees have been playing, you know, granted, they had the lead against Elmira the first time and they blew it. I admit that. It was a botch. It happens in hockey. But you gave them another opportunity to win the game. And now you're poking the sleeping dog. Well, although they haven't won a game yet, they're what, 0-24?
Yeah.
One of these weekends they'll break out and win. Like the Wednesday game against us, I thought for sure that'll be the game that would actually win. I was afraid. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it, like that first period, yeah, it was like very close, and you know, I'm not a coach or anything like that, but no team I would ever take lightly or anything like that. I don't think the Prowlers were taking them lightly, but I mean, it was surprising to see how well like Battle Creek played. But then I think the Prowlers second period they just warmed down. You saw the 3 goals come. And that was it. But I do think Battle Creek they're getting better.
And I did
every day.
And I did make a prediction that said they will make the playoffs. Although yes, they're 124. They're not out of playoff contention as of yet.
It's true. Yeah.
I mean, think you have between 56 and 60 games you play in the year, so you still have a chance to especially get over the 500 mark. So it'd be an impressive win streak, but you still have that chance. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Right. Jeremy, what would be your dream broadcasting job and why?
My dream broadcasting job. Well, like I said, I guess off the top of my head, if I had to say dream, it'd be broadcasting for the New York Islanders. But I don't know how close I am to that. Their broadcaster Brendan Burke. He's a pretty young guy, so I think he'll be there for a while. But or even I love NBCSN. If I could do anything with Doc Emmerich, and I'm in the place for it right now, I'd say, right? But I'd either say for the Islanders, or if I could even be alongside Doc Emmerich even for one game. Those are definitely 2 dreams, no question.
That's
Okay, next question is from Kurt. Who's better now, Robbie Nichols or Mafoose?
I think it's been a while since Robbie Nichols played, right?
depending on which job you're talking about.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, I guess on the ice right now, Mafoose.
Still playing.
Yeah, but I think Robbie Nichols playing the ECHL a bit. I think.
Yeah, he played up in the AHL.
Oh, he did too. Okay.
He played 12 seasons up there. So.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I know he was in the ECHL. So I guess right now Mafoose. career-wise, well, could be different. I'm not sure. But,
Right.
Yeah.
But that's really not saying much because Nichols is 55 right now.
Yeah, right.
So,
That's true. Yeah.
It's
Well, Gordie Howard. Okay.
not many people can beat Gordie Howard.
Yeah.
Let's be honest about that.
Sorry, I had to put it in there.
Yeah, because how old was he when he retired?
Ooh,
60 something.
Skated one game for the Vipers.
Yeah. That was like what, 98 or something like that?
Yeah, 97, 98.
Yeah.
Around there.
That's Uncle Gordy for you.
I wish I could have been there for that game though. That's
I watched the game on TV. That was special.
yeah. I believe I went to the game right before. That happened right before that game. I'm like, oh, the game right before.
Yeah.
But no, that's the time where we had the Border Cats and they gave out those free tickets to the people that went to the Border Cat games. So that's how we'd always go. So that's a nice way to especially support local hockey teams and local businesses. So because if anybody remembers, the Detroit Vipers did sponsor the Port Huron Border Cats for a good 2-3 years. So 4 years, yeah. And we were even a farm team for the Florida Panthers for a good season too. So that's a good turnaround from losing the flags to now. So, and I mean, we can get back up there. We have the capabilities. So, and we have the voices to be heard, especially too. So,
Crystal asked, "What's one thing that the Port Huron fans don't know about you?"
This is usually a question we ask on Get to Know Your Prowlers at the end.
That's why she's asking it.
Yeah. No, it's a good. Yeah, it's a good. I would say. So yeah, I majored in journalism in college. One thing I would say people don't know about me is my school, being in the communication school, required you to have at least one minor. Long story short, I ended up dual minoring in public affairs and RTVF. RTVF's like radio, video, television, film. Like that was like production classes and like cinema studies. I took classes like that. But for public affairs, I wanted to do communication issues and I couldn't. So instead, I had to take legal issues. So I was taking law classes. So one thing I know, I do have knowledge. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but knowledge of the law. And of legal issues and things like that. So I'd always make a joke. I did well in the classes, and I would make a joke like, "Yeah, I'm not. You know what? I'm not going to do journalism." Like to my parents, I'd say, "I'm not going to do journalism. I'm going to become a lawyer instead of go to law school." Things like that. But I would just say that I have good knowledge of the law, and like I said, I had the same professor for all three of those legal classes, and we were good friends, and. Yeah, he taught me a lot. He was a good professor, and yeah.
Alexander asked, did you work at Harvard?
Yeah, yep. So yeah, this so this summer, I worked 3 months at Harvard, June, July, and August. Again, just in their athletics department. Doing promotion, basically promoting teams, creating graphics and video, things of that sort. Writing releases, really just promoting their social media and all their teams just during their break because there were no sports going on in the summer.
And it's definitely a good start to basically step off of right after you get out of college. So.
Yeah, it was a great experience. I really enjoyed Boston. And yeah, it was nice. It was a nice summer. It was a really nice summer there. So.
Talk about hockey tradition, though, while there is. Boston goes way back to the start of the NHL.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see TD Gardens. I mean, the Bruins were in the Stanley Cup. Against St. Louis, and I remember Game 7 was there, and I wanted to at least go to TD Gardens, just be outside, see, tickets or anything like that. And I couldn't get to go because I had to work late that night. But you know, that was really cool to be in the city because I remember like every day you would see Bruins gear everywhere. I would take public transportation to work, always on public transportation. They'd be wearing things, and it was really cool. And I did get to see Fenway at least, of course.
Hey, that's
that's
historical with
exactly.
itself, so.
Yeah. So that I'm happy I got to see Fenway, and that was really awesome. I mean, I am a Yankees fan, but it was like it was cool to see, and like I said, I mean, it was a really nice summer.
So it's safe to say you were probably one of the most hated guys in the stadium.
I guess. Yeah. I didn't wear any Yankee stuff or anything like that because I remember they lost the day before. But I would have been. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We got a question from Chris. So, out of all the places you had lived, what do you like most about Port Huron and why?
What goes about Port Huron? I remember one thing Matt Graham told me before I came here was, it's a great like summer town, and obviously I was never going to see it during the summer, but when I first got here and it was still warm and everything, I loved going down by the water. Like I said, my family has a lake house, and like I said, I could sit on our dock all day and just watch our lake. So you just go. I'd say hanging out down by the water, especially when it was warm out. It reminded me more so of like our home, things like that. So I mean, it's also a cozy town. Like I said, I really like it here, and
that's. Well, during the summer, Matt doesn't lie though. We have a lot of stuff going on, so. If you ever get the chance to stay here during the summer, that's...
absolutely, yeah.
I mean, you got it now. It's...
Races, parade and all that, fireworks.
Concerts in the riverways, so... That's... I mean, we can't
The big car show that's supposed to be even bigger this year.
Ooh.
They're talking over 800 cars.
It was
or more.
700 last year.
And they're working on trying to get it over 800 to 1,000 this year.
Cool.
It closes down the whole like Main Street.
Oh, okay.
And it went from what, Huron to all the way to past the Powers Diner last year.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's all those side streets, all Main Street.
Yeah.
Kind of got in trouble because it wasn't supposed to originally go that far. They ended up.
Yeah, they had a big traffic jam from the military all the way up to the Blue Water Bridge going onto the bridge.
Yeah, but that's why they needed a limit to a certain point. Though that's the one problem.
But no, it wouldn't. They didn't expect that many pre-registrate or that many people coming in. It ended up because originally it was supposed to be like 250, then it went to 500, then it went higher, and then more people showed up that registered the day of.
Yeah.
So that's where it affected. It's the one that registered the day of.
They weren't prepared for that, they were saying.
No, they even had to call in more EMT and all that.
Oh.
So, but that's.
Yeah, I heard that too.
We're all getting distracted by this small little tapping noise. And Robert, cut it out with your Taco Bell drive-thru. I don't know if you were watching the one day, but Robert distracted us with a bicycle going through the drive-thru at Taco Bell. I was talking.
Not a motorcycle, a bicycle.
Yeah.
An actual bike.
Pulled up to the drive-thru window.
What do they do? Like,
That's
funny. Mike or something?
That is funny. Yeah.
I think it was Portillo that we had on that night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Portillo's like.
I was saying something. I'm like, because I also get the Facebook notifications up here too on the red laptop we have here, and I saw it pop up. I'm like, Robert. The good things you do when you have a show and interesting stuff happens over at Taco Bell though.
Yeah.
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
Oh man. Okay. It's not get to know your prowlers.
Crystal's definitely treating you like that.
I should interview myself for the next road trip. No, 3 wishes. Infinite amount of money. Just to buy, so I can buy anything, of course.
You ain't wrong on that one.
It's funny enough because this is a question I thought about in the past. Yeah, I would say like just a large amount of money, whatever amount. You know, it doesn't have to be infinite. My dream car is a 2006 Chevy Camaro, Bumblebee,
Oh.
like Bumblebee. Have you ever seen the
Yeah,
Transformers? So I guess number 2 would have to be
Bumblebee.
basically Bumblebee. Yes, Bumblebee. And number 3 would be an infinite amount of wishes. I like to do that. Yeah.
Let's just be honest. I never want to stop.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Genie doesn't work that way.
Yeah,
Or 3 more wishes.
You know, well,
whatever.
that's one of the wishes they always tell you. Sorry, we can't do that.
That's a good thing that you can't waste it though, like that though. I'm sorry, you wish for that, so that negates that wish right there.
Yeah, that's why I would ask for the money thing, because then I could probably just maybe try and get it.
Or that, or having the best kind of job out there.
Exactly, being
Your dream job.
yeah, my dream job, being a broadcaster for a hockey team.
Being on a Stanley Cup winning.
It'd be awesome to see these guys get the Commissioner's Cup, and I mean, with how the season's going, you know,
Just
keep it up.
The first year, I gotta admit, after the first 2 games, especially after the second game where they had a 9-7 lead, and then lost in OT 10-9. I remember that. I say, no, we're not seeing the cup. No, hardly nobody showing up. But then things got turned around. So when they finally made the playoffs, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going more. But to be there in the building when they won the Commissioner's Cup,
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was a
greatest thing ever.
It was great.
I remember. I don't know where you guys were, but I was right up against the glass,
I was too.
and I was right by our home goal, right in that section right there. So it's like seeing the action front and
Oh
most.
yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
We were all in the East Upper.
I was in Section 8.
I was East Upper.
You was with me. I was right.
Yeah, I was East Upper. You know, that's the year I joined the East Upper Rowdies.
But no, I was literally right where all the action was. So that's the best experience I've ever had going to hockey games here. So seeing that firsthand in the first row up against glass. Because it wasn't just up in the second bowl first row. It was literally those like 23, 24. So
Plus, that was the first championship in 75 years, too.
42.
Oh, 42 years.
Yeah.
You didn't get your numbers.
That's what you're thinking.
Oh God, the Lions haven't won one since like what,
we
54.
ain't going there. We're not going there.
I'm gonna throw this statistic out there. They've never been to the Super Bowl. Sorry.
And that was, the night of the championship game was our biggest crowd too.
Yeah, it was 1992 or 95. 97. So, and that's somewhere where we need to get back.
What's your favorite part about working for the team?
I would just say, being around the guys every single day, no question. Just even, slow day. If it's like a slow day at the office, you can just hang out with them, just see if they need anything. Essentially, do work that way. But yeah, just pretty much being around them, technically Monday through Friday. I definitely say that, and just being able to help out and just feel like you're actually helping and making a difference with them.
So.
Okay, now some of the other questions we always ask the player. What is your favorite sports movie?
Sports movie. I got a few. Slapshot, of course. Miracle.
Okay.
I really like Remember the Titans. I feel like there is that definitive one. I just gotta think. I mean, does Air Bud count?
As a kid,
count.
Yeah. I mean, I had a golden retriever as a kid, and we have one now at home. So I mean, I gotta throw Air Bud in there too. Yeah.
Like I tell everybody, you have to go for Mystery Alaska. I'm sorry. I was glad that Greg Ridge was back on last week because he did say Mystery Alaska. So.
He did. Okay.
Yeah. So that's. And no, not last week, but the week before.
I actually watched the game just the other night of us beating the Russians. Found it on YouTube. The full game.
So, that's an amazing, interesting thing.
Yes.
Because I was actually at the Herb Brooks Arena, and they
yeah.
do have that separate. I know back in like 2001 they had a separate room where they could show that specific game.
Oh, okay.
So it's a beautiful arena in that.
Like a Lake Placid, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
watching the game live on TV though, that was special.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
I do remember watching the game in the Olympics, and then it brought back memories after watching Miracle.
yeah. And it was. We need to get back there. I'm sorry. Because our best performance, sadly, was on our own soil after that. So.
Yeah.
Because constantly we're late, as of late in the Olympics, we're finishing like what 5th, 6th. So, and we need to turn stuff around. At least we have the women to count on. They're getting constantly gold and silver. So, at least we have that. We can count on the women to get the men through.
But if you recall, hockey's more diverse now.
Yes.
With different countries now, so it's not like the powerhouses, U.S., Canada, Russia. It's now more teams, more countries involved. So
I'm in the women. The Japanese have gotten
a lot
huge.
better.
Yeah, that's ever since the Nagano games. I know the last time I saw it, they were like nationally. They were internationally ranked at like 4th or something like that. So that's good for these kind of teams.
And for our commercial.
What commercial? But remember guys, come down to Big Boy. We have also our 50-50 raffle that we're giving away. We want you to get in on our silent auction items. We're supporting the Epilepsy Foundation tonight. So I'll be posting a link to our official GoFundMe link too. So that will go throughout the whole month of January. So please help us out on that. Help us out on our silent auctions tonight.
Wonderful items.
Yes.
And if you can't be here, didn't you say that they can send us their bid?
Exactly.
On stuff?
We do have the pictures up of all our items that were have our silent auction items. So you can either post your bids right on the chat right now, or you can private message us with your bids. So
We're here to 8.
Yes, we're here to 8. So we have another over 2 hours left in this episode. So.
Yep. So when we come back, we'll probably start some of the stats.
Yep. So we'll see you guys right after this break.
Hey guys, it's Crystal from the Port Huron Prowlers. Back to you from behind the scenes. I'm with Mitz today, and Mitz and I are here to give you guys some examples of things the guys would like on the bus trip. Mitz, do you think the guys would like granola bars? What about fruit and vegetables? Okay, not vegetables, but how about fruit? Cases of water? What about some Powerade and Gatorade? Well, there you have it. Some true facts of what Mitz thinks our boys should have on the road trips. Thanks for watching and enjoy the show.
At Big Boy, we've got lots of omelets all day, every day. Like the meaty meat lovers, savory Southern, or hearty Denver. It's your Big Boy.
Well, not really. I got the beat all elite wrestling tomorrow, guys. If you're on wrestling. I can't believe I let myself get. Oh, I thought that one was good.
Border City Paranormal is a professional paranormal team located in the Blue Water area. If you have any uneasy feelings, hear bumps in the night that cannot be explained, or hear rumors about your home or business, please give us a call.
Hi, and welcome back. And we do have another guest joining us tonight, who we all hate. I'm sorry, but it's a blind referee, so he didn't do anything wrong this past weekend, so I guess that's a good thing. But
I wasn't there.
oh well, I guess that explains a lot, right? But please let us know, us playing Delaware this coming up weekend. How are we going to screw us over this coming up weekend?
Haven't decided yet.
You know it's coming. That's how you know.
But we do have a question coming from Robert's side.
Jeremy, how would others describe you?
I'd say there's depending on the person, a few different words. I'd say funny, dependable, caring, generous. You're somebody that's kind of like always there. Yeah. Just,
So a people's person.
yeah. I mean, I feel like in this business you gotta be, right? So it just comes natural, and yeah.
So, and we're glad that you are, because in this type of business, you have to have people to talk to actually like take the craziness off. Right?
Yeah.
And with how hectic the this business is, how hectic my life is, with getting all the stuff into the show and all that, I'm glad I'm able to actually talk to someone that understands what I go through.
I get it. Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's you're trying to get people on the show, and it's good to have like a middleman.
yeah.
And like I said, every week I'll do my best to help you out.
I threw him a curveball too, though, because he had everything set up on that laptop over there, and then our first show here, I says, "Well, I got a new laptop for you to work with." And he goes, "Oh, I don't want to work with a new laptop. I finally got this one running the way we need." And I says, "Well, it's Alienware," and he goes, "Oh, I want to work with a new laptop."
But no, I'm happy for that one, because this actually runs a lot smoother than my laptop. So
Another question from Crystal. Who has impacted you most in your career and how?
I would say my parents. It's like my mom's an accountant, my dad's a financial director, so for them, getting job, it's basically like applying, and more so you get in, and I chose a totally different path, and from day one they always wanted me to do something that I'd love to do. So I mean, just going forward, since broadcasting, whether it was in college. A month before I came here, I was doing baseball with a team in the Can-Am League near my house, where I live in New Jersey, and then here. So, just having their support and critique and all that, has really helped me out. And, they've definitely been, I feel like, a huge impact in my life and getting to this moment.
but they have to be that you live with them 24/7. So
well, yeah. I mean, it's. Yeah, I've seen other relationships. I don't know.
I'm gonna rephrase what he just said, though. They don't have to be, but they do because they love
yes.
it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, as they always say, nobody has to do anything, but if they care enough, they will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like I've just seen I feel like it's I know people my age sometimes don't have the best relationship with their parents or things like that, but that has been my case. Like I said, my parents have been my biggest supporters, and always by my side throughout everything, and definitely without a doubt they're the biggest impact on my life. It's no question.
It's amazing that, especially with this career path too, not many parents would, especially follow you in that kind of career path.
Yeah.
So.
And it's not just like, you could have a game and you're like, yeah, great job, critique me like what I could do better, or things like that, or any ideas. And, I mean, like I said, they've been a big help my
Right.
whole entire life. So.
And that's amazing to have too. So
Yeah.
especially with how like hard fought the TV industry is.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Like I said, I mean, it's mainly about who you know, and
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a tough industry to break into. There's no question.
And it's a good thing that you were able to break into
Yeah,
such great
yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah.
and we're happy for you too. So
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
and the other question.
Oh, I was daydreaming.
That's a good thing I have you on point, right?
As an announcer / broadcaster, what do you believe is your best accent?
My best accent?
Asset.
Oh, asset.
My best asset. That's an interesting question. It's been something I've been working on, and I think it's a lot better now compared to if you listened to me back in like October. I think just I don't want to say being loud, but like being more excited and having more energy, things like that. Bringing the energy, whether it's we make a save or we score a goal or something like that. Just bringing more energy to the game and up in the booth and making it more exciting to watch.
I got a question though. Yep. Nowadays in the broadcasting, how do you feel that? Do you feel there's a lot more censorship than there used to be on what you can say and what you can't say?
I don't.
With a lot of these, if you notice it, with a lot of these people getting fired over their opinions.
Okay, yeah.
About that.
Do you mean like maybe like off TV? Like,
Well, even on
Like the thing with Don Cherry.
yeah.
to me, there's a lot more
Okay.
censorship.
Well, in the Don Cherry case, yes, but just watching maybe Doc Emmerich from when I was in high school to now, I feel like he's this. Nothing's changed there. You know what I mean? So I think it depends on the job. Like for reporters, yes. For like play-by-play color commentators, no. And then in that case, I feel like the Don Cherry thing falls more into like the reporter side, and it goes beyond that. I would say with social media too. You just see some things people post, and then boom, they're fired or let go or whatever, and it's a controversial thing. And I feel like you see that a lot, which is why the rule is that I've always followed since I've been in high school. You think twice about whatever you post on social media. Think like, is there any way this could be bad or whatever? So, yeah, I would say that I think there is, in general, in my field, more censorship now.
But in some cases, though, too, if you're like a broadcaster, like with this league where you broadcast many teams over the YouTube base. So.
Yeah, right.
YouTube's isn't it classified 13 or that new classification where you, unfortunately, the language needs to be careful of the cussing and stuff.
But Watertown does not exactly follow that.
No,
so
they
don't
don't.
either.
Neither does what team did we play first? Was it
Danbury.
Danbury?
They dropped the F-bomb a lot.
They dropped the F-bomb
Yeah.
before the
Worst
game.
game.
Before the game even started, he said somebody was giving him a hard time, and he told him to off.
Are you
And he didn't believe it either.
Yeah, no, you can clear it.
I assume the game didn't start yet. Is that why?
It was still
Pre-game
during
warm-up.
pregame warm-up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they do like a pregame show during, like right
Yeah,
after it, or what?
It was during the Stroh live feed. It went over the air.
Wow.
With Watertown, they constantly do it during the game. So,
Oh, the guy says it during the game.
Yeah.
I've met their broadcast. He's a nice guy. I didn't.
We're not saying this.
Oh yeah,
he's
yeah.
not a nice
No,
guy,
well,
but
I'm sorry, but I mean is I'm surprised he does.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
it's just like you have to think about the certain situations though where you,
But and I was gonna just say that too, because sometimes it's like situations where the referees aren't making calls they should make, and they get frustrated. And,
Yeah, there's biases. About being
you
biased.
know, it's because I'm not saying that sometimes that things don't get called when they should on us, but it's not. But it happens on both teams,
yeah.
Both teams, there's nights where you'll see
Yeah.
nothing being called. It's like, okay, why wasn't it called? But
Yeah, when I broadcast, because that's one thing. I remember again growing up, certain mainly color commentators. I remember just watching hockey. You could tell they were biased in their ways, and that was something I try not and be. I just try to call the game how it goes. But sometimes there are things that you don't agree with or just absolutely ridiculous that you will basically your emotions come out and you'll show and tell that. And I mean, it happens, but
It's
I do my best not to do that. You know?
Yeah.
One thing is,
Well, that's one of the things too. Like I said, when I used to the check pocket for the 50, sometimes I'd give us stuff to give away to the first person to purchase, you know, and people would get upset with me because if it would be an opposing team fan, then it'd be the first person. But well, I try to stay neutral on that. You know, if they're the first person to buy, like I was told, you know, I'm going to give them the free item. You know? You try to, you know, like you said, not be biased, especially when you're working the sales part. You know,
Right.
Money to help the team is money to help the team.
Right.
Welcome, Mike and Amy.
Just getting out of work, so congrats.
Crystal asked, tell us about an accomplishment you are most proud of and why.
I mean, I feel like a default would be being here today and being in this position. But maybe again something not known. Just being in college, I would just say. What's the other one? I'm sorry, I forget what the- Oh yeah, making dean's list all 8 semesters. Because I really focused on school more so than my extracurriculars, radio, things like that. So that was always a big part of my life is school, focusing on school. That was always like my number one thing. So yeah, I would say in college, dean's list all 8 semesters.
So you were smart.
Is there a good response?
But that's something to be actually really proud of.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
And definitely smarter guy than I am. So.
As they say, we're all smart in our own way.
Exactly.
Huh? What?
Well, maybe besides you.
What did you say, Cletus?
Wow.
But no, that's definitely a great thing to brag about. That's very hard within itself to be in college and to get on dean's list, especially 2 semesters in a row.
Yeah, especially towards the end, again,
Yeah.
with all the law classes in there and then doing internships. So, it was a lot of juggling. I mean, it wasn't easy, but I did it. Here I
stuck
am.
through it.
Yeah, so, yeah.
That just means you had wonderful teachers, right?
Yeah,
Wonderful professors, right?
I loved my professors at school. I don't think there were many that were like, oh God, here we go with this class or any. I mean, I know that there were some. I do know that, but yeah, overall, especially in my journalism field, like those were like my favorite professors. The journalism professors were terrific, and a lot of credit to them, especially helping where I am today.
All right. So
With the knowledge they've given me. So.
those are the people that really are the superstars and deserve a lot more pay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah.
But go ahead with that next question, Robert.
Oh, I can't see with that.
And you were making fun of me guys earlier.
And you guys call me blind.
Crystal asked, what advice would you give to people who would like to work in this particular field?
Particular
Yeah.
field.
The second you want to work in this field, I would order I knew towards the end of high school, so I would just say try and get involved ASAP, whether it be with. I know I didn't have this in high school. Some high schools have radio stations, things like that, or TV stations. Mine didn't, which is something I would have loved to have done. But I would say get involved in terms of extracurriculars. If you're at a college with your TV or radio station, and really work with it. And I remember in mine it was always the more you put in, the higher you go up. So yeah, keep putting in. So just get involved that way, and at least by your second year of college, try and search for internships and just put yourself out there. And then if you have any networking events, things of that sort, go make connections, because you never know down the road it might be helpful. I know there's one that always comes to my mind. I have at Sirius XM Radio, a girl I met towards a job interview. I mean, that's a whole story in itself. But like, yeah, you never know. Like, just to have a connection. So you could use any time down the road, whether it be for an internship or maybe with a job or something like that. But yeah, just get involved ASAP, and like I said, just keep working hard towards it and make those connections.
All right. So that's definitely good advice. Yeah. And that essentially can go with any job though too.
Yeah. Like I said, I just the one thing that was always stressed to me, I feel like, was just it's all about who you know, and some people I know. Yeah, my dad's brother works at this radio station, so I've been in there. My parents, we didn't have a connection like that or anything like that, or I have an uncle that does this, so I had to, go out there, put myself out there and work towards it. So, it's just something to stress, and just keep working hard.
Mm-hmm. So, that's definitely good advice. So, and what did she say?
Crystal said not to bring up a bad thing, but I, for one, want to give you a standing applause on how well you adapt to the Densville game in our warm-up jerseys. You did an awesome and never mixed up a name.
Yeah, funny story about that. So, I usually get the lineup card from Joe way before the game starts, and so he had a normal lineup card. Like Greg Rich was 18, and Federley was 19. So I had the normal lineup card. I was great. Before the game starts, their PA announcer gives me, he's like in the box next to me in Danville, he gives me a split card of our team and their team because I needed their roster, and I see names or numbers are crossed off on our team. I see Greg Rich 44, Federley 91, Dalton Young was 39. I'm like, why did this happen? I don't understand. And then they come out on the ice in the warm-up jerseys, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Yeah, I had no idea that it happened, and I got through it. At least I kept the numbers close, so that was helpful. But it was funny. And hey, 2-0 warm-up jerseys. So
So let's hope that lives and dies right there.
Yeah. Boy, that could be an alternate.
Hit Denzel, last year's announcer, for having a kick out of it, though.
They did say, though, at least say we have a nice looking warm-up.
No, they are very nice. I do like them.
Compared to what a lot of teams have.
Yeah. I know. They are nice jerseys. I will admit.
The question is that we wanted to know: does those jerseys have a fight strap? Do you know?
What?
Does those jerseys have a fight strap?
What does that mean?
Strap down.
The white strap inside of the jersey.
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay.
I've never
had that situation.
Yeah, no.
But that could cause a lot of problems during fights. So.
Oh, okay.
They can be pulled over the top of your ears here.
Okay.
And they can get suspended if they don't have it pulled down correctly. So.
I know the socks were different too.
Yes, they were the teal socks. I don't know the story behind that. I don't know if Dashers provided those. I don't know.
They were from the Danville Wings. So that era.
Okay.
So,
interesting. Okay.
And I got my answer pretty quickly. Crystal did say that there is no fight strap. So that could have been a very dangerous situation.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll have 3 fights the whole weekend too.
Yeah.
I think Greg was down to 2. Joe was in 1.
We got some fights though too.
Yeah, we do have the.
Oh, you do? Okay. Yeah.
Oh well, technically 2 because the one really didn't count with Greg Rich.
Oh right. Yeah.
He went down, before even.
Yeah. So. And that's why we think, at least, that's why they got the second fight off. Because it was both the same players. So.
Yeah.
And that's also another reason why I think Nippert and the Rumblebee went at it too. So.
Right. He didn't have a name bar. I remember. I think Tommy something.
Yeah.
They were getting the penalty box.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. They were young. Yeah.
That was quite funny right there.
Well, I just remembered the play was in the left zone, and they came out of the box. I just saw the gloves fly off, and I'm like, oh, we got to fight over here. I'm looking. So yeah, that was something else. Yeah,
I was actually quite
fighting the box.
Yeah.
Well, we knew that wouldn't happen because Betty would be.
She would put her whip down right so quick.
Yeah.
But no, I think it was kind of funny because Nippert actually, from the looks of it, kind of got to the Rumblebee first and kind of tackled him. And
Yeah.
I wish I had that fight on here, but I unfortunately don't. So, but we'll play the fights later in the episode, so stick around for that. We only have a few seconds left before our break, so it's remember to come down. We do have, like I said before, we do have that silent auction. We do have 50-50 going on. Please help us out with the Epilepsy Foundation. Help out Big Boy. Come down, eat great food, please.
They close at 8 tonight.
They do close at 8, which will be the end of our episode, but you still have a couple hours left to come get some great food. They're very accommodating, like I said. So it's they'll come to you with all your needs. So you can't ask for any better waitresses from here. So
Got a question back there.
So we do have a question. So
Somebody has a question?
You got a question?
Did you have a question?
No, we're talking.
Oh.
they're raising their hands out there. Just we'll be right back. Thank you for staying with us tonight, guys.
Hey guys, it's Crystal from the Fort Aaron Prowlers. Back to you from behind the scenes. I'm with Mitz today, and Mitz and I are here to give you guys some examples of things the guys would like on the bus trip. Mitz, do you think the guys would like granola bars? What about fruit and vegetables? Okay, not vegetables, but how about fruit? Cases of water? What about some Powerade and Gatorade? Well, there you have it. Some true facts of what Mitz thinks our boys should have on the road trips. Thanks for watching and enjoy the show.
At Big Boy, we've got lots of omelets all day, every day. Like the meaty meat lovers, savory Southern, or hearty Denver. It's your Big Boy. At Big Boy, we've got lots of omelets all day, every day. Like the meaty meat lovers, savory Southern, or hearty Denver. It's your Big Boy.
Well, not really. We got the beat. Oh, Elite Wrestling tomorrow, guys. If you're on wrestling. I can't believe I let myself I thought that one was good.
Border City Paranormal is a professional paranormal team located in the Blue Water area. If you have any uneasy feelings, hear bumps in the night that cannot be explained, or hear rumors about your home or business, please give us a call.
Hi, and welcome back, guys. So we took a little bit longer because we're selling 50-50 tickets during the commercials. So it's a good thing because it does help out, like we said, the Epilepsy Foundation. So like I said in the last episode that we had, go ahead. We're selling more. Might as well. So it's. Like I said in the last last episode, the Epilepsy Foundation does mean a lot to the show. It means a lot to me because 2 for 2, yeah. It's one of my friends had epilepsy throughout his life, so it's and he, like I said, he's a major reason why this show is continuing on to the second season and further. So it's one thing that I do want to honor his life. I do dedicate my time on the show to him, and I'm glad you guys support me in this. I'm glad that I have Robert, I have Danon as main host. I do have Michael right here as the backup host. You'll see him whenever we have Friday night game recaps, and then whenever Michael Hurd can't come on. So it's I'm glad that I have so many people surrounding me. I have Jeremy that helps me out getting players on, and thankfully coming on himself too, and not being scared and being in front of the camera for once.
And not to mention, coming from somebody who has epilepsy, it can be a scary thing, but with research and what Chris is doing, it's for a good cause. So if you can't come out and support, please come out and support. My aunt's epilepsy has cleared up some, but there's still other people that need the help. So please come out and support. Plus, come out, enjoy the show. It's a wonderful show. I'm glad to be a part of it. Like I said, I've been a part. This is my 3rd episode, and I've been a part of these 1 or 2 game recaps, and I got to admit, these are a fun group of guys right here.
Oh yeah.
And we're definitely glad to have you on, too.
You know,
So.
especially
As we say, you know, you got to think. You know, we're also part of the East Upper Rowdy, so you
right,
know,
especially also being part of East Upper Rowdies. I'm telling you, I recorded you guys the first couple of years before I sat over there.
Yeah, but you're still going to always be our Carolina trader.
Well, you know, you gotta understand. There's a reason behind that.
Yeah, but like even though we rag on each other for stuff like that, though, there's
Yes, we know you want to sit with the Cougars.
but we do come together for great causes. We stuff like the Epilepsy Foundation. It's means a lot to us. It definitely means a lot to me and Mike. So it's please.
Not just you and Mike. My sister's epileptic.
Yeah, exactly.
My grandmother is epileptic.
And then,
So everybody here
and know someone, and it's we pretty much all of us knew Greg Rushton, so.
Yeah.
And that's why he has his own seat saved up in the up in the East Upper Rowdies. So, and I want to definitely thank you for actually letting me talk so long about this too. So,
yes, because I didn't want. We're going to ask Crystal's question now. How do you mentally prepare for your game nights? Do you do any unique things to warm up?
So, well, I guess in terms of like mentally preparing, in terms of like, well, it's different for home and away games. Home games, you'll normally see me running around, passing out sheets or schedules, whatever, and you know, in a suit, and it's hard to run in it, but yeah, you know, I'll be doing that for about 3. That's about, if a puck drops at 7, that'd be from about 4 to 6. Going around seeing if the team needs anything, if Joe needs anything done. And then helping out the game staff, just in terms of them setting up the jerseys and our merchandise office, things like that. And then usually, again, if it's like a 7 o'clock puck drop, maybe about 40 minutes before, I'll call home to see, just not to remind them my parents on the schedule, but I don't know. It's kind of like a tradition I do now, because I did it back when I was doing baseball too, and in college, whenever I was on for anything. I do that, and then for warm-ups, yeah, usually I'll walk around the main concourse, get something for social media, and then I'll head up to the booth, and we'll go from there. Our pregame at home, our pregame shows.
So what they
about
need
10
to do?
minutes before.
They need to get you a chicken suit with no head.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, right? Yeah.
But no,
yeah.
No, it's watching you actually from the East Upper Rowdies. We've seen you like, especially in that deep corner where they have that suite. You jump over the.
Yeah. So, well, if I have to, I'll jump over. Yeah, I mean, that one suite has a lock on it, and if there's nobody around, McMorrin staff, I'll have to jump over and put things in it. But I like the road. Well, not more. I love being at McMorrin, but I like the road because what I'll do is I'll go straight to where our booth is or our table or whatever. I'll set up our mixer for Mixler. I'll set all that up. It's easy, and then I'll walk around, see what's going on in the locker room, get the lineup from Joe, and then just watch the guys warm up with some Super Bowl or whatever, and so it's just more relaxed on the road in terms of setting up before games. So, and then still on the road, I'll call home 40 minutes before.
I say more wins, Crystal. But I'll ask him the question anyway. What can we expect moving into the new year?
I mean, just from me, or just
in general, I guess.
Just in general, yeah. I mean, like I said, more Prowler hockey. I think this winning streak can continue on. I think we'll stay higher up in the standings. More where we are now. Carolina, it'll be interesting to see if there's a point where they fall off, but I do think, hopefully by April we see, I think, of course, I definitely think we'll be in the playoffs, but hopefully we're a top seed, so we have home ice for first round. But yeah, I do see this team continuing to have a lot of success.
This next question is from us.
Yeah.
Do you plan on broadcasting for the Yetis?
Right now, no. I haven't. I talked to Jeff Bloom. I talked to him, a little bit the other night when he was here, and then I talked to him a bit on the phone a few days later. Right now, no. Depending on what's going on, where I'm at in terms of where I go next, whether I stay with the Prowlers or we'll see what's available. I don't know my options yet. Yeah, it's a possibility, and I have been thinking about this, the Yeti. So I'm not gonna say no, but really, it's just I don't know yet. But it'd be something interesting. I mean, something that'd be cool to try. I've never, yeah. I'm sure there are different rules, things like that. But it'd be interesting. It really would be. Yeah.
They're minorly different, but generally the same. There's no blue lines, so.
Oh, okay.
That's
interesting.
But the good thing about the heads of the league, they wanted to generally keep it towards what we knew in Port Huron, so
yeah,
that's a good thing because generally roller hockey is 4 quarters, not 3
Okay.
periods. So that's one thing within itself. That's the major difference in normal roller hockey.
Yeah.
So
But didn't they say they were gonna do it in the 4s or?
no, they're still doing the 3 periods of 20.
Okay. What about any ticket specials?
At the moment, I don't think we're doing anything special. Just in general, tickets at the box office. I think the day of, I believe, are either $9 to $10. The box office is a little separate from where I am, but I'll sell season tickets and flex
Yeah,
packs.
it depends on what area you're in because they're $10 plus the
Right.
fee is $11.
Yeah.
It becomes $11.
So mainly what I do is I do sell individual tickets, but mainly I sell flex packs and season tickets. Flex packs. They're a 14-game pack, and then season tickets at this point, if you're interested, wouldn't be the full price because obviously we're halfway through the season. But that's what I do. But at the moment, nothing. We're not doing any specials.
Oh.
We got a question from Samantha.
Yeah, I glanced over. Yeah.
Dalton, why do you always wear your shoes in the locker room?
How you guys doing, Dalton and Sam? What happened was when I got there, I'd always wear my shoes in the locker room, and then when it started getting snow coming down, I guess salt was on the ground. Everybody takes off their shoes in the locker room. They put on sandals, but I didn't have sandals, so I would just continue to wear my shoes, and then I'd get in trouble for it. And I've been better now with stopping. So now I'm always wearing socks around mainly. But that's why. Like I said, it was for 2 months I was used to just wearing my shoes in the locker room, but because of salt, not allowed to. So yeah.
Have you ever thought about doing a job shadow with a high schooler who may be interested into going into broadcasting? If so, how can one contact you?
I have a card, but I'd be interested in doing that. Showing them the ropes and how my path has been guided and how it's gone. In terms of contacting me, if you want, you can contact me after the show on my Facebook, and then, or if you guys wouldn't mind, I can give you guys the information to give them. Yeah. And like I said, I have a card too. So if you ever see me, ask me for my card. But yeah.
What I'll do is I'll get your card later, and I'll take a picture of it.
Perfect.
And
that's
upload
perfect.
it.
I can tell you, from her firsthand, he's really understanding about everything. So
Yeah. It's a biggie, but I'll give you my card and
and he'll definitely work with you guys. So it's
I'd be interested in doing that. Yeah, absolutely, passing on the knowledge and the torch. So yeah, absolutely.
I guess the main thing is would you be as nice to them as you are as nice to us?
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
I mean, that's the main thing, right? You can't have your first person that you're job shadowing under being
No. I mean, I've never met anybody. When when I was doing baseball before I came here, I was actually, I don't know, maybe you guys might know the name. I was doing commentary with Brett Luthner, who did the New Jersey Outlaws the year, they won. I think they were in the league for 1 year. They moved to Williamsport, but they won the championship that year, and he was broadcaster of the year. So he showed me his award and everything, and he was a guy that really mentored me and was grooming me. So
that's
it's definitely something.
All right, Jim from Bristol.
Yep,
if you had to play coach for one game, what would you change now and why?
I definitely want Levier in the lineup.
But he works a lot, though. That's just that thing.
Yeah. No, make sure Levier is here now. I don't know. It's funny when you go on the transaction page, you see all these teams making transactions. But I think our last transaction, well, except with Simons being called up, is Nippert. So I mean, the lines don't really change much. Ooh, excuse me, I just ran this wire. Our lines don't really change much. I don't know if there's really much I would change.
But you need that chemistry to be able to.
Everybody's clicking.
Yeah. I mean,
You said right at the moment, if it's not broken, why fix it?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think there'd be anything I'd change at the moment, to be honest.
But that's why in our second season, not a lot of people wanted to play because, unfortunately, Trevor would constantly change everything up and let people go. So
okay.
And not a lot of people had faith in the team. They just wanted to leave. So that was the problem, is that we could have done a lot better, but people wouldn't perform because they were too scared of the next day being off. And, we're released on waivers. So...
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, it's a great group of guys, and they believe in each other, and, at the moment, I don't think anything I would change. No.
All right. And that's a good thing, too. So. You need that player trust.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the main thing about coaching, is that you need that player trust first.
If there's one thing I didn't understand, just coming into the season was when Joe was suspended the first 5 games. I thought he would be able to go on the bench as a coach because he's the player head coach. So I just say because he got suspended as a player, not as a head coach. So I thought he'd be able to go on the bench. I wish
the same thing, but the first time he got his first suspension as player coach, we were wondering the same thing. But then we found out, no, if you're suspended, you can't be on the ice.
So that would have, it would have been nice to see Joe on the bench just for those first 5 games, so he could have been, coaching at least. You know what I mean?
But yet, you have to at least admit that he does some great coaching, even if he's not.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Around the team.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And you have to say that he did some great coaching during practice before they went into the game. So at least they knew what to do and who to go out with.
Yeah.
All that,
yeah. Well, with that, I know Matt Graham, did a great job of running with the players on the ice and everything, and those 2 guys practiced what they preach. So, it was a big credit to Matt Graham as well, just for those first 5 games. But it was just something I just wondered throughout this, when the season started, if Joe would be able to go on the bench. But I don't know, I guess that's something I'd change.
At least with those 2 might not have the same exact coaching style, but at least they understand each other and they know exactly what the other wants.
Oh yeah.
I had a question for Crystal. What about line changes, as in how long they are out for? What is your idea of a good shift?
I think normally it's about 40 seconds.
Yeah.
If I would stay around that range. I mean, it's harder in this league, I guess, because you have 3 lines. So I don't know if I would reduce that time. I mean, it seems like the guys still 40 seconds. I don't think they're super out of gas after one period or anything like that. So I would keep that the same. Obviously.
So again, if they're not tired, if you pull them off there too soon, you're not gonna get the chances that they're getting.
And a good shift. Obviously not getting scored on, but the pucks in deep. Trying to create any chance you can in the offensive zone, and just making sure you're not, when if you have to get back, you get back in time, and you set up defensively if you need be in your own zone as well. Just just do the job.
Sorry, but yeah, that's. I guess we can have faith in you if you ever decide to become a coach.
Yeah.
And
I didn't play enough in my shortened career, but
That's okay. I didn't play any, and I
didn't play either.
You guys coach? You guys?
But I know quite a bit. I do a lot of volunteer work. I do I do off-ice officiating, gold judging, penalty box for Silver Sticks.
Oh, nice.
And I've been watching hockey since I was a kid, so I pretty much can read a play, understand the play, and how everything develops.
Yeah, I had a rod put in my back when I was 13 years old, so no hockey for me.
They do say though that players do not make the best coaches. So
You know, it's funny, but you look at guys, you know, in the NHL that are great players that turn coaches. Not well, like Gretzky, you know, that with him, Adam Oates.
That's a sad situation right there.
Oh yeah, I know.
Because that was
know.
Phoenix. So
Yeah,
that was,
yeah. You know, those were the days like Mike Comrie. I think Owen Nolan was at the end of his career when Gretzky had him. Vladislav Nagy, there's a name I just remember. But you know, it's
I would say that either, though. You know, some of them probably could do, good job, but but it takes a lot of years to get the knowledge you need for.
Not everybody can be a Scotty Bowman.
But then you look at like Rod Brindamore in Carolina. I mean, he was like an assistant coach for like 7 years.
Scotty had a ring for each finger.
Yeah,
It's like Tom Brady.
Yeah.
6 rings.
We don't talk about Tom Brady. That cheater.
I didn't know you guys weren't fans of him out here either. I don't know.
I mean, he's a Michigan guy. That's all I say about it.
Yeah.
He's a Michigan guy.
Yeah, he's Michigan. That's all I can say about it right now. Without getting my head chewed off. So we're just going to leave it at that for the moment.
We don't support cheaters.
Yeah.
Let's get on. I do have 2 of the silent auction items here with us right now. If Robert, this puck right here that I'm handing to Robert, he's gonna hand it in front of you. That's our Sergei Samsonov puck. Detroit Vipers. If anybody really knows him, it's he spent a good deal in Port Huron. He loved the area. He loved playing for the Vipers out in the Palace, and it's a good item to actually have in your repertoire. And also our main item tonight, our Nicholas Lindstrom. That is a beautiful signature right there. I'm going to tell you right there.
And thanks, Crystal. You have a good night too.
Good night, Crystal.
Hi.
Good night.
That is a great puck to have. That was signed during when he was still a player. Having his signature. It's beautiful too. You can't complain about having a puck that's signed by the perfect man.
Especially if you ever seen him play.
Oh yeah.
You know, I had the opportunity to actually see him play live in the alumni game. He plays exactly how he played when he played regularly in the NHL. So you can watch him play, and you can have memories of watching him play. Mm-hmm. And it's all pretty much for a good cause.
And they say Pavel Datsyuk is a magic man, but that's a true magic man right there, is Lindstrom. So
I have to give Datsyuk still the magic man, because I've seen Lindstrom score, and he's just nonchalant about it. But the way Pavel moves on the ice, I gotta give it to Pavel. It's a smart edge to Pavel.
I'm sorry, no one can beat Lindstrom on the blue line, though.
You're right, but you gotta understand, Pavel played what? Wing, and Lindstrom played defenseman?
So they're magic men of their own species, so.
Yes.
And so you guys can start bidding on those 2 items right now. The starting bid on the Sergei Samsonov puck is $50. The starting bid on the Lindstrom puck is $60. Please put your bids on this chat, or you can private message the
page.
Yes, thank you. So too many things going through my head right now. So I'm sorry.
No, I know exactly. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Trust me. Yeah.
See you after this commercial break.
Exactly. See you guys in a minute.
Hey guys, it's Crystal from the Port Huron Prowlers. Back to you from behind the scenes. I'm with Mitz today, and Mitz and I are here to give you guys some examples of things the guys would like on the bus trip. Mitz, do you think the guys would like granola bars? What about fruit and vegetables? Okay, not vegetables, but how about fruit? Cases of water? What about some Powerade and Gatorade? Well, there you have it. Some true facts of what Mitz thinks our boys should have on the road trips. Thanks for watching and enjoy the show.
At Big Boy, we've got lots of omelets all day, every day. like the meaty meat lovers, savory Southern, or hearty Denver. It's your big boy.
Well, not really. I got to be elite wrestling tomorrow, guys. If you're on wrestling. I can't believe I let myself get. Oh, I tried. That one was good.
Border City Paranormal is a professional paranormal team located in the Blue Water area. If you have any uneasy feelings, hear bumps in the night that cannot be explained, or hear rumors about your home or business, please give us a call.
Welcome back, guys. Before we start this segment, I actually do want to show you a video right now. I know you didn't make the trip out there, but I want to get your thoughts on this little situation, I should say.
Yeah, let's see it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we talked, well, I heard about this today. I didn't get to see it, but yeah, all right.
It's actually quite funny. So, sorry, Joe, if you're watching. So, what do you think was going through his mind at that point?
Yeah, I don't think he did it. I think it was on purpose. I just wanted to have some fun. What was that? Going into one of the periods, they would come back out. Yeah. No, I just wanted to have some fun. I know Joe's always an entertainer. He's a fun guy to watch. I remember in Danville 2 weekends ago. He was in the penalty box, and we scored. And in Danville, you're behind the net. So I was behind the net where the Dashers shot twice, and so I could see Joe, and we scored, and he's pointing in the box, and he's looking over towards me in my little booth, and he's like this, he's an entertainer out there, and he's just like such a fun guy to watch, and I love working with him every day. But yeah, I think in that instance, he was just having some fun. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, do you blame him?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Well, I guess since we spent over 2 hours now without talking about any stats too, so.
Yeah. I love stats.
Let's go. The first game that we have not covered yet is actually the Battle Creek game.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's a good thing. That's they only gave up 41 shots, Battle Creek. So that's
Yeah, I like I said, I mean, the Prowlers are winding them down, but there is some structure to Battle Creek's defense. Like I said, I do think they're getting better. I don't think they're going to go 0-56 or anything like that, but I do think they're getting better. And yeah, it was a good win overall. For
yeah.
yeah.
And it's definitely, like you said earlier, well hard fought first period. Too, so.
Yes.
They managed to get 32 shots off, so their offense is getting better too. So.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think at the time of this game, the most amount of goals they scored in the game was 2. And then now I think it's 5 because they went against Elmira. I think Alvis had a hat trick, which really helped in that game. So,
yeah, and definitely at the time of this game, I think their highest scorer only had like 9 points.
Yes, yeah,
so.
It was Nathan Margetts.
Yeah.
He didn't play in that game, but Alvis was the second highest I remember.
Yeah.
So.
And it's a good thing because finally they're getting in the double digits. So that's something to start bragging about. So.
Yeah.
First star, was our own Joe Pace, and then second was Jonathan Giuliano, and the third star, which is his first game back in a long time, Chris Levier. So it's I just remember with Levier. Like I said, I love watching Levier play. You know, in the 3 games that he's played with us, and I just remember early on, he almost had a breakaway. He almost split 2 defenders. He ended up getting past them, but not in time for a breakaway. And I remember he got the puck behind the net, fed it to Zolkanic, and Zolkanic threw it over to Jay. The left face-off dot, and it was a one-timer, basically like an empty net. So, yeah, Levier, an amazing player. Giuliano had himself a night. I think he scored his 99th goal that game. Oh.
And then, Joe is for. I think he said in our post-game interview with Brady, I think he said this might be the first time since he was in the minors that he scored 2 goals in a game or something like that. So, yeah, a good night for him too. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe he got the game-winning goal too.
Yeah, he was. He got the third one. Yeah.
So that's a good thing too. So
yeah.
Hopefully this is more for him.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
To start off the scoring. Just a minute 18 into the period. So that's Jay from Zolkanic and Levier. So it's watching that from your standpoint. Were you able to pick that up? How it was going through?
Yeah, I just mainly what I remember is Levier was literally. It looked like he was trying to do a wraparound, but he didn't. And instead, he had the puck along next to the post, and he just. It gave it out to Zolkanic. Zolkanic was coming in, and he quickly passed it over to Jay. Jay was just waiting there, I think, at that left face-off dot near it. And it was just a one-timer in. The goalie had no chance. He was way out of the net, and 1-0.
Yeah, so it's either way, it got the crowd into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Good night.
The second goal, which is technically a tying goal, was good 6 minutes after. It was Kinsman from Howie and Luciani.
And Howie, we still waiting for that pizza.
Well, that's a different Howie, though.
Well, both of them.
Yeah. We make fun of Columbus because Jake Howie.
Jake, yeah.
At State Farm's Hungry Howie's Pizza, that's where it comes from.
Oh, okay.
So, but
Oh, I get it. Okay. Yeah.
And Jake from State Farm and Howie Pizza.
I'm glad that he can take it really well, though, because we saw him laughing on the ice. So, I know Hurd definitely plays along with that really well. So, but that was good for them. They tied it up almost really quickly. So,
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. The one bad thing about this season is that you get the congestion and all that. But just 6 minutes later, another person who is actually on a hot streak is Justin Portillo. He brought us up 2-1 from Giuliano and Federley. So those are all 3 people that are on current hot streaks right now.
All 3 are hot, and I mean they've definitely helped the depth out. There's no question about it. It's great to see some depth scoring.
And it stayed that while for a good long while. 13, almost 14 minutes into the second, Joe Pace got the game winner right there.
Yeah, I remember that puck took a bounce and it hopped up, and I think it just went past the glove of Eisenhower. Yeah, it was a nice bit of puck luck there.
Yeah, so we all thought it came off of someone else too. So.
Oh, right. I think Portillo. Yeah, no, it was a goal. I think Portillo was out in front, and it looked like he might have tipped it. But I think in the end, I think Joe.
Yeah. And that came from Giuliano and Robertson, so that's definitely a plus if we can get it scoring from literally all around.
Yeah.
So, and then to bring it up 4-1, Austin Federley from Nippard. That's one name that we like hearing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he's been such a great addition to the team. And yeah, Nippard, I remember behind the net, he tried to throw it out, and I think Graham was the first option available, and he got it past Graham just to Federley in the slot, and Federley just listed it home. You know, it was again, no question he was going to score.
Yeah. And I love when Federley scores too. He gets so excited.
Yeah.
And Robert's back from selling 50-50. Please come buy 50-50 tickets from us. Come buy our silent auction items. We need to help support this epilepsy foundation. And let's get back to this. 17:26 into the second, Giuliano puts us up 5-1 from Arnott and Levier. So Arnott is not one we really see on the score sheet, but definitely is a team player.
Yeah, I love watching Arnott play. Obviously, I would say he's kind of like a two-way defenseman, more so defensively though. And like I said, he's always on that power play too when he's playing. But yeah, great defenseman. It's awesome always being playing at home, and he'll be in the lineup then. So yeah.
And it's talk about a defenseman being an octopus. So that's right there. That's literally the definition of octopus defense. Right there, he keeps everything in.
Yeah.
So, and just 2 minutes into the third, though, 6-1 from Robertson and assist from Strack and Arnott. So
yeah, I remember we were talking about Strack getting some power play time, and he just feeds a pass over to Robertson, and Robertson just blasted home from the point. He loves that slap shot from on the point on the power play.
Yeah,
it worked, and 6-1.
I believe this is the power play that Robertson was actually played as a defenseman too.
Yeah.
So.
He's normally on the power play. He's on the right point. So, I mean, it works. So
yeah. And luckily for Battle Creek, literally like 30 seconds later.
Yeah, it was quick.
Yeah, 6-2. It's from Ryan Alves and Alvis. Sorry, and it's Nicoletti and Steele.
Yeah, I just remember Alvis just was speeding down the left wing and just came in. It was basically just shot and scored, just stick side on Paul, and it was nothing fancy, just quick shot. I think it caught him off guard.
Yeah.
And
At this point, though, he hadn't really had much shots on him, especially at the end of the second period. So to get something on him was definitely out of the blue. So, and then to finish out the scoring, just like 2 minutes later, Joe gets his final goal to put us up to 7-2 from Levier and Jay. So, and that's what secured his first star right there.
Yeah. Like I said, he had the game winner, so it's justified. Absolutely.
And I think he surprised himself on that goal too.
I remember Levier slid it through. Slid it to him. I think past one of the Battle Creek's defensemen. It was a really nice pass, and Joe just finished. I think Eisenhower came out of the net aggressively again, and Joe just had room to get that puck around. So
and it's good to see how excited he gets when he gets a goal.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's always a surprise to him.
Joe doesn't score that much.
Yeah, he has more goals this year than last year. So
I
he's
think
got like
he only
what
scored once or twice last year.
Last year, I think he had 2 goals last year.
And he's already eclipsed that this year. So yeah.
So, and then this is a game where it was weird. There was only one call in the penalty sheet in the first 2 periods.
Yeah, it was very quiet from the refs.
Surprisingly, though, it was from Bartello for high sticking in the first 2 periods.
Yeah.
And that came almost right off the bat, right after our first goal.
Yeah.
So, And but you have to admit though, with refereeing that kind of game, you do have to give that kind of advantage. Try to give that kind of advantage to a team like that to try and help them out, even if you don't mean to, because it's getting kind of like embarrassing for them. Unfortunately, I don't want to say it, but
No, I got it. Yeah,
it's
It really don't do them no good with us having one of the best power penalty killing teams there is right at the moment too.
But I get why they were doing that though. They were trying to give them as much as they could, so which we all sat up in the East Upper Rowdies. We were okay with that.
Yeah.
So,
That's why the blind ref didn't show up that night.
yeah.
Whatever.
But in the third though, Battle Creek took, which I think was the stupidest penalty on their part. An obvious call, but it was stupid on their part, which was a slashing call from Way. And I think they were just getting frustrated at the end.
Yeah, frustrations boil over. I mean, well, this was the night they were trying to avoid 0-20. So I would imagine that would be in the back of their minds. But yeah,
especially with how much is publicized.
Right, Michael Thomas. That's who we wrote about before. He was the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you could tell he was definitely not happy at all.
Yeah. And especially with how much is publicized from like Hockey News and ESPN, where they're chasing down the record.
Yeah. Right.
So they're battling not only in the game, they're battling against this record, which unfortunately they have since beaten.
Yeah.
So.
But just because this year they aren't doing very good doesn't mean nothing about next year. Because again, we got to fall back on our Port Huron Falcons. Worst team in the league the first season.
Only 6 wins.
Won the division the following year. So it don't take much to turn around.
We went to the semifinals and lost in the
championship game.
Yeah.
So anything can change in 1 year, especially with how much that especially this league changes too, and player wise. So because you can't really sign people to like 3-4 year contracts, so
and next year they'll have the whole off season to build the team.
Exactly. Instead of like only a month or two.
They were like Mentor last year, just like them.
Yep. And the good thing though with Mentor is that they were able to keep most of the roster and still build.
Yeah.
So. And but no, the coming up next though is where things started to boil over for them. It was where this fight technically started, the Nipper Thomas fight. Because they were going at it, they were almost about to throw down the gloves.
Yeah.
And
they were going at it in the penalty box too.
Oh yeah, And that's literally the second they got out of the penalty box, they just threw down.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting anything to happen because, like I said, the game was over basically.
But Nipper wanted something.
Yeah.
He's a good point scorer, but when he gets mad, he'll
he'll throw it down. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Which is something that we needed after losing Oslands, but you have to pick and choose when you battle.
Yeah.
To say the least.
You gotta have enforcers. You gotta have people that are willing to protect the goalie and protect the other players.
What was the attendance that night, Chris?
The attendance for that night was 789.
That wasn't bad on the Wednesday night either.
Yeah, no, I know.
Especially for a team like that too. So.
Yeah.
And crap, I went back too far. This the first game in Danville. Let's get to there before we actually.
Yeah.
This was another high shot kind of situation right there. 49-42 in favor of us, and it's 4-3. So you thought 5-3 was actually a lot closer.
4-3.
Yeah.
Or no, I think 4-3. I thought the game after 5.
Okay.
I don't recall.
Hey, yeah, that was the night that I did get I got the score right.
Yeah.
This is 4-3 because I think they were losing 3-1 and they came back.
Yeah, ended up winning in overtime. So, Federally got first star for getting that game winner.
Yep.
And the lock from Danville got the second, and Sawyer got the third star. scoring 8 minutes 37 seconds in, Zalak got the goal for Danville to put them up 1-0. And there was only one assist from Barakov and Movov. I'm sorry.
Yefimo Barakov. I think on his jersey, I think it just says Barakov. So,
Right.
yeah, I'm just going Barakov.
And then 14:54, so probably like 6 minutes later or something like that, Portillo tied it up from Giuliano and Oid. So it's nice that Oid's getting on the.
Yeah, it was a nice just pass across the slot to Portillo, and it was basically wide open net waiting, and he just wristed a glove side.
Mm-hmm. And then 9:24 into the second, Danville went up 2-1 off of everyone's favorite Danville player, Hine.
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah.
From Atkins and Bukal. I know I'm messing these
Buchel,
up.
I think it's Buchel.
Okay.
Buchel, yeah.
But no, everyone from here hates Hine. Just because he's so good and all that.
Yeah.
So, and then Danville went up 3-1, 15:36 into the second, from Zalak and Pominville and Bukal.
And I just remember with both of Zalak's goals, they just wasn't much on. They had two pucks that just slid 5-hole on Corey Simons. I mean, yeah, it wasn't anything pretty or anything like that. It was just 2 goals. He definitely would have liked that back.
Right.
Yeah.
And another name, Pominville, is.
He's always out on the ice. I feel like I feel like every time, like I've done 3 games against Danville. I feel like I'm always saying Palmerville at the point. Palmerville takes it up. Yeah.
And he's a little pest too. He knows how to get under the skin, especially last year. And then 3 minutes later, Zlokanic brought us within 1 from the 2 Daltons, nonetheless, Young and Jay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird because the next goal to tie it up, it was literally the mat line. And so we go from the Daltons to the mats.
Yeah.
So it's Robertson, Stoya, and Graham. That's weird. We have 2 Daltons, 3 mats. What are we gonna have next year?
Austin.
Probably.
And then to end the game in overtime, which is actually took a long time to get it. Just over a minute left.
Yeah, I had shootout in the back of my mind, to be honest.
Yeah,
but
same here.
we got a power play, and Robertson's able to draw a defender. He was along the right wing boards and draw a defender in. He makes the pass over to Federley near the left face of dot, and Federley had so much space just to work with, and he just took it in a little, wrist shot.
But with how small Federley is, he doesn't need that much.
Yeah. And so he just took it in, wrist shot, stick side, game over.
Yeah. Before we go to break, let's get through this quickly.
Yeah.
Robertson interference. This was halfway through the second, too. And then Federley for delay of game. Was that the puck over the net?
I believe so. I believe it was. I think so. I remember Robertson's penalty. He was right under me, and you could hear what he's saying, and he was like, he goes, "What, me?" So I don't think he didn't do anything wrong, and it was dumb penalty there.
Yeah.
But the Federley one, I think it was just a puck out of play.
Yeah. And then a Slade from Danville was a hooker. Holder, sorry. And then I have to bring Mike into this already. The third period was actually, it's kind of interesting because Afenti got the instigator in the fight with Pace.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird that was kind of switched around.
I think he just kept asking guys let's go, let's fight, let's fight, and I think Joe was like, all right, let's go. I think that's what happened because he was talking to a lot of guys before it happened.
Yeah, but it's just kind of weird because you see Pace with the instigator though generally. So. And then to finish out the regulation, Nippert got the high sticking 30 seconds after the fight.
Yeah.
So, and then that overtime, which actually ended the game, Bukal got the hooking penalty.
Yeah.
So that was the essential end of the game. So, and 6:45 showed up to that game. So, That's
Yeah, almost in Danville.
yeah.
Was that 340 something on the attendance?
That's 645 for the attendance.
Remember, guys, please come out. We have 50-50 until we have another hour before we leave. I see you guys after this commercial break. Have fun.
Hey guys, it's Crystal from the Port Huron Prowlers. Back to you from behind the scenes. I'm with Mitz today, and Mitz and I are here to give you guys some examples of things the guys would like on the bus trip. Mitz, do you think the guys would like granola bars? What about fruit and vegetables? Okay, not vegetables, but how about fruit? Cases of water? What about some Powerade and Gatorade? Well, there you have it. Some true facts of what Mitz thinks our boys should have on the road trips. Thanks for watching and enjoy the show.
At Big Boy, we've got lots of omelets all day, every day. Like the meaty meat lovers, savory Southern, or hearty Denver. It's your Big Boy.
Well, not really. We got the beat elite wrestling tomorrow, guys. If you're on wrestling. I can't believe I let myself get. Oh, I thought that one was good.
Border City Paranormal is a professional paranormal team located in the Blue Water area. If you have any uneasy feelings, hear bumps in the night that cannot be explained, or hear rumors about your home or business, please give us a call.
Hi, and welcome back, guys. I do want to play that page fight from that one first. Thank you. So let's go play that.
You only got one. That was one of my recordings. Honestly, that's a little bit.
Mm-hmm. We're not on right now. Usually he moves it during when we play videos.
Oh, okay.
We don't get feedback.
Right. You got the takedown.
So about that, that was more of like a hug fest more than anything. So
Yeah, I mean, they got a few punches in. I know Afinati came back that weekend. I think he's retired. He was like 40 years old now.
yeah,
And it was, crowd got into it. I remember a hug fest. Yeah, a few punches thrown there. Joe with the takedown. So yeah,
so it's
a little scrappy.
yeah. And let's get into the second game really quick. 49 shots for Danville, and this run 31 for us, and this was a 5-3 win.
Yeah.
So you were right. I'm sorry about that earlier.
No, yeah, this whole weekend I wasn't feeling 100%. So like, yeah, the whole that weekend. So yeah, it was. Wasn't sure if it was right, but yeah, 5-3, yeah.
And then Graham got the first star with Robertson getting the second, and then Palmerville got the third. So that's
Yeah.
I like the people down in Danville that do the stats.
Yeah.
Because they even it out on the stars.
Yeah.
They're not entirely biased.
Yeah, no, it was well deserved. I just, like I said, I remember it was a close game. A little bit, back and forth a little bit, but
Right.
yeah, it was a good win. It was definitely a nice win to end the weekend.
Yeah. And the good thing about this is that all the goals were on even strength. So.
Oh yeah.
To open up the scoring, almost 7 minutes into the first, Palmerville scored. Oh, excuse me, from Hine and Atkins. So, God, sorry, the hiccups. So it's and then 13:28, Graham tied it up with a assist from Robertson and Nippert. So, and we can score no matter what from any guys. So.
Yeah.
And then Graham, 52 seconds into the second, got his second goal of the game from Strack and Nippert. So it looks like Nippert and Graham are just starting to connect a lot more.
Yeah. No. I mean, that whole first line really, it's really connecting well. And yeah, going forward, I mean, for them to be, our impact line, Yeah.
I mean, you got Robertson and Graham, who's been in this league for 4 or 5 years at least.
Yeah.
So you expect them to really take the lead with rookies like this. So it's
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Graham, a great playmaker. Robertson, obviously, put the puck in the net. So it's a nice 1-2 punch to have.
All right.
Yeah, and Nippert helps out, especially playmaker. I mean, we'll get to it in a bit. The goal he had was an absolute snipe. It was a beautiful shot. And then of course he's the most physical. On that line. So yeah.
Unfortunately, just like 3 minutes later, under 3 minutes, Danville scored to get the tie, which is stressful within itself. At this point in the game, I should say.
Yeah.
And thank you so much.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey,
It doesn't matter. She's got
Okay.
them. That goal was from Salak, Armstrong, and Turner. So it's thank you so much. And again, we're doing the raffles. We're doing the silent auction and the 50-50 tickets for the Epilepsy Foundation tonight. as I just almost spilled my drink.
As long as it's on the red laptop and not on the black.
You know what? Like I said, we have the Lindstrom puck. Please come down and bid on that, or you can bid on the chat here. Please, that starts at $60. That's not that much for a Lindstrom signed puck. And please put a bid on it. We need this. We have the two game one jerseys from the Border Cats and the Beacons days, and those jerseys start at $100. Put your bids in, please. It's even if you want to put in a bid lower, please. At this point, anything that you donate to the Epilepsy Foundation will be much appreciated, and we might as well just get back to the stats now.
You guys have been taking the bid to you.
16 minutes even into the second, Nipper did get that goal.
Yeah, it was great to see him. It was just, I think it was a 3-on-2 coming the other way. They were coming towards, where I was in the booth, and I think it was Robo. I think was in the middle of the rush and made a pass over to Nipper, who was on the right wing, and just ripped it stick side, ungorded Chuck, and it was a beautiful shot. And,
right.
Yeah, nice first goal for him.
And it probably got him really excited, especially.
Yeah. No, he was pumped up and he was feeling good after the game. I remember I interviewed him, so he was. He was happy.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Get that first one.
Especially when it's essentially what brought us into the a huge lead. Started to get us into a nice lead.
Yeah.
Because that was a 3-2 decision maker right there. 4-2 from J.E. Robertson and Zolkanich. So that was the start of the
Have a good night.
2-goal lead. So
Yeah.
and I mean, we can't complain. Scoring all around. And 12:42 though, Danville started to make a little bit of a comeback because they came within one again, 4-3 from Barakov, and assist from Enzor.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that just came up a little bit too short. And because just a minute and a half later, Stoya scored to bring us up 5-3. Assist from Graham and Robertson. So they're just lighting up the assist sheets, aren't they?
Yeah.
So.
And 5 goals against Jesse Gordonchuk, one of the better goalies in this league.
Yeah.
So, it was a big weekend. That was a big weekend for the Prowls.
Oh, yeah.
They jumped Danville. Well, I think they were tied because Danville. I mean, you only get the 2 points. Danville gets 1. I think they were tied with Danville going into this game, and then they just jumped them with the 1.
Yeah. And this was more of a heated.
Yeah, absolutely,
yeah. Zalak, which is almost 15 minutes into the first, got a tripping call. Then Pace got 2 calls almost right off the bat into the second. Minute 14 and a 5:12, he got a hooking and a holding call. So, and then 16:20 into the second, I want this explanation right here, which is not much of a fight between Gregorich and Armstrong.
I think from what I remember, I think Gregorich slipped, and then I think that was it.
Yeah, which is sad that they didn't really get to go much more. But a minute 36 into the third, though, they did get the a second chance to go at it.
It was better.
Yeah. Armstrong versus Gregorich, and we do have that second one there right here. So let's play that right now. Or not. I guess I don't have that. It doesn't want to play for me. But well, I did upload that to the thing earlier today, so I guess I should have checked that. Let's play the Nipper fight from instead, right? Because we didn't get to see Nipper's fight. I know this one.
Yeah, that was the one against Fallis, and him and Fallis played against each other in college.
Oh.
Like in Canada, and they don't like each other, so it was like pretty cool to see them go at it. To be honest, yeah.
Well, that was only like 8 seconds into the game.
Yep. 8 seconds, and
So that, at least we know why they went at it so early. Though.
Yeah. I mean, with that last game in Columbus, the one game, I mean, it was so nice to go. You know, it was a long trip down there just to get for the one game. You know, to get that win. It was such a chippy game too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of hits, a few injuries in that game. You know, but yeah, no, I mean, you knew there'd be a fight early on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't complain when we get those fights.
No.
Like you were saying, it was a lot of fight. There's been a lot of hittings.
Yeah. To finish out the score sheet, though, Pace got another penalty for tripping just 2 minutes after that fight, and then Parsons got the delay of game at 5:39 in the third. So.
And what I'm saying is that from the last 3 games, the Danville games and the Battle Creek game, the Prowlers have been very disciplined and not taking penalties.
Right. So.
You know, so that's a very good stat to have in this league.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
Well, I mean, like, staying out of the penalty box, especially, I feel like with the Prowlers, is just something really crucial. I feel like when they're not in the box, they're dominating on the ice. And obviously, it doesn't help to, be down a man a lot. But, no, I when they stay out of the box, I'm not saying it's guaranteed a win, but, they play better hockey. And,
I'm not going to sit here and tell no lie, though. Honestly, they're one of the better teams in the league when they are in the box, too.
Yeah, I just think, I feel like the action is more, instead of, because when they take penalties, I feel like it isn't one a game, it'll be like 7, and the action keeps stopping, but once it keeps just going and their momentum builds, I just feel like they do better, when that's the case. But they are good on the penalty kill. I'm not sure. I think they're at like 85% this season.
Yeah.
So I mean, nothing against the penalty kill or anything. I just think when the action keeps going,
I agree.
they play better.
They play a lot better. At least this year there's not a lot of stupid penalties. They're taking penalties that, when they need to at times, but they're not in the box for just tripping somebody or instigating a fight constantly. And
Well, the good thing, though, is that the Prowlers are one of the least penalized teams this season.
Yeah. I remember early on, like, we're talking about, like, the Danbury Watertown weekends. Like, it was a problem with taking penalties and then killing them off. That was a problem. But, I mean, they've definitely gotten so much better as the season goes on. So.
But that was the opening weekend, though, too.
Yeah. I just remember, like, in the beginning, it was just, problem.
Learning to play together.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Before we get on to the next games, I do want to play the Mixlr highlights that you guys posted.
Okay.
So this is from the Mentor games, so let's get through that first, which is an amazing set of games. I'm just going to say that.
Jay has it, throws it to Giuliano over to Federley, but it splits him and Pace. Federley will pick it up. Joe Pace slap shot, deflected, scores! Joe Pace with a knuckle puck that knocks the water bottle off the ice, and the Prowlers take a 1-0 lead. Joe Pace, his 3rd goal of the year. Over to Dave Nipper. Dave Nipper throws it rink wide to Graham, just out of the reach of Graham's stick. Duncan takes it, banks it off right to the stick of Dave Nipper. He shoots and he scores! It was tipped, I believe, but Dave Nipper from the half wall throws it, it pings off the post and goes in. Matt Graham tipped it, it looks like, and now the Prowlers, after being on their heels for a little bit there with the penalty, go up 2-0. The Prowlers win 2-0 behind goals from their coaches, Joe Pace and Matt Graham. It ended with some heated moments. Shots ended up being 45-37. So the Port Huron Prowlers extend their winning streak to 7 here in Menor, Ohio. Throws it behind the net. Oh, it goes off the official skate. A good break there. Brody Duncan, who was hobbling earlier, tries to clear it out, but it goes to the blue line. A pass there to Giuliano. Joshua scores! Austin Federley did a great job keeping it in. The Icebreakers thought it was offsides, but Dalton J then throws it up to Zach Solkanich, who leaves it for Jonathan Giuliano, who roofs it, tying the game at 1 apiece. Both teams kind of feeling each other out now at the start of the second period. Both teams playing very well defensively as Giuliano takes it behind the net. Passes it up to Owain. Owain scores! Hatham Owain scores from the pass from Jonathan Giuliano, and he puts the Prowlers on top 2-1 here, just 2 minutes and 43 seconds into the second period. Giuliano will win the faceoff, gets it to Portillo. Giuliano then throws it back to Parsons, who throws it on net, and he in front, Portillo scores! As he celebrates right by the glass. The shot came from Parsons. It got behind Rodebush. And with 22.9, Justin Portillo took a second to put it in the back of the net, but he will for his 11th of the year. Justin Portillo puts the Prowlers up 3-1. 60 seconds left to go in the game. Extra attacker out for the Icebreakers at their own blue line. He gets turned over and a backhanded shot from Robertson. Goes into the net. Matt Robertson backhands it in from the blue line. And that should do it. 4-2. Prowlers lead with 52 seconds to go. The Port Huron Prowlers come into Menor, Ohio, and take 6 points from the Icebreakers. For 4 straight weekends, they have won every game. The winning streak is up to 8 games now. Prowlers win 4-2 in Menor.
And of course, right when you make that comment, we're back. But that, like you heard in the highlights, we had a great weekend. So let's get on that first game in Mentor before we hit that break. The shots again high. I don't know why they've been high the last few games. So but 45-37 in favor of us. And naturally, the first star is Paul, and he got that shutout.
Of course, yeah.
Joe Pace again got that second star, along with Matt Graham getting the third star, naturally because they got the goals. Yeah. So, and Joe Pace, I believe, got that. This is his second game winner again.
Yeah. Only first. Yeah, it was a power play goal. First one of the games, obviously. Yeah. A game winner.
So 15-31 in the first. Joe Pace from Federley and Zolkanich, and that's. I believe I was unfortunately looking away at this point during the game.
The funny part is, if you blinked, you missed it.
Yeah.
And that's one of the ones I saw, and it was like, Joe Pace did what? Wait. Could you repeat that, please? I was like, okay, yeah.
So I'll take it, but I didn't see it.
I saw it. I still like, Joe Pace did what? All right, great.
And then 8:35 into the second, Matt Graham scored the second goal and final goal from Nippert and Robertson. So, again, those three clicking again.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, like I said, great line.
Yeah. A lot of penalties during this one, though.
Yeah, this is the game that had a lot of penalties.
Yeah. 9-10 into the first. Pace got an interference. 14-16. Crawford from Mentor got hooking. Esri got hooking at 16:07. And Brody Duncan got the tripping at 17:47 of it. So there's so many chances where we could have gone a lot up. So it's. Yeah. But just unfortunately, we weren't able to capitalize. But again, 2-0, you can't complain.
Absolutely. Especially, just seeing in the second there, a few penalties, going back to back to back. So
especially in the first, you had 2 shots at a 5-on-3. One looks like it's about 10 seconds. The other one, you had about a 30-40 second window.
Yeah.
The second 5-on-3, you had enough time to score. It didn't happen. But most of the shots on goal was probably from that one.
Right. But the second, though, Pace got another penalty for slashing at 15:46. Stoya got holding at 13:23. Pace, again, that was questionable, where we got the double minor for interference and high sticking at 18:32 in a second. And everybody's just questioning it, I guess. So, because on our end, we didn't see anything happen, but
This game I listened to on Mixler. I was actually I was at home to watch on YouTube. I didn't make the trip, so I couldn't tell you the visual of it.
Right.
But yeah, no.
And then in the third, Brody Duncan went in for elbowing 11:05, and then literally like almost as soon as he got out of the box, he high sticked someone. So that's, and then Nippert got a little pissed off with that one.
Yeah.
And he just
rightly
roughed him
so.
up.
Yeah,
So-
rightly so, absolutely.
And then 14:06, so not even 10 seconds later, S-Ray got booted out of the game and for his slash. So and then
To go whack at the head of I think Federally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And
that
it's-
late in the game.
and this is why S-Ray got suspended for the one game.
No.
So
Well, it's rightly so. I mean, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. I mean, especially that late in the game. Come on.
and this is exactly what he's known for, unfortunately, though.
Oh, okay.
So he did this a lot last year, along with Duncan. And
Yeah, Duncan's a guy I can tell whenever the Prowlers play mentor. This guy, he's always on his back. He's always ending up on his back, and you see here all these penalties taken. Yeah,
yeah,
he's Prowlers aren't fans of him.
not exactly, not even the fans. So.
Yeah.
And then Nippert finished it out with 16:55 into the third.
No.
So, and then 5:31 showed up to that game. So, and then I see that it's time for another commercial. So, remember to come out. We have just over half an hour left. After this break, we're going to be having our giveaways. We're going to be announcing the last game along with giveaways. And put in your silent auction bids now, too, please. They're ending in a few minutes. And we'll also be doing our 50-50 raffle. So, we'll be going around again into this restaurant to do our 50-50 raffle. So, thank you guys. And see you in a second.
Hey guys, it's Crystal from the Port Huron Prowlers. Back to you from behind the scenes. I'm with Mitz today, and Mitz and I are here to give you guys some examples of things the guys would like on the bus trip. Mitz, do you think the guys would like granola bars? What about fruit and vegetables? Okay, not vegetables, but how about fruit? Cases of water? What about some Powerade and Gatorade? Well, there you have it. Some true facts of what Mitz thinks our boys should have on the road trips. Thanks for watching and enjoy the show.
At Big Boy, we've got lots of omelets all day, every day. Like the meaty meat lovers, savory Southern, or hearty Denver. It's your Big Boy.
Well, not really. I got to be elite wrestling tomorrow, guys. If you're on wrestling. I can't believe I let myself get. Oh, that's fine. That one was good.
Border City Paranormal is a professional paranormal team located in the Blue Water area. If you have any uneasy feelings, hear bumps in the night that cannot be explained, or hear rumors about your home or business, please give us a call.
Hi, and welcome back. While we wait for the next thing to come up, let's definitely give away one of our posters right here. Thank you. It is team signed, so anyone in the building right now will be able to win this poster right here. We have another one too that we'll be giving away in a few minutes too. So pick a number from 1 to 100, I guess. For yep.
47.
So 47th table gets this.
There's not 47 tables in
Well, I bet 10. 10? Is that a better? Okay.
So congratulations to the 10th table in this. So we'll have them, if they want, on in a second. So again, another high shots game. 40 shots for Mentor to 38 for Port Huron.
Yeah.
This is a 4-2 win. Giuliano got the first star with Portillo getting the second, and Tucker getting the third. So Tucker is from Mentor, so. And
Thank you.
In the first, Tucker did start out the scoring from Pinkowski, along with Keenan getting the assists. Again in the first, 7:56, a 1-1 tie. Giuliano scored with assists from Zolkanich and Jay.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's Jonathan Giuliano's 100th FPHL goal. So congrats to
yeah.
Jonathan. Yeah.
And then this is another good instance too. Another first.
Yes.
2:43 into the second, Oid gets his first goal. I believe it was his professional career.
Yes.
So
it was a nice one-timer. Nice pass there over Wade, and one-timer pass from Odebush. So congrats, Wade.
All right. And it's, we just had him on with Blum, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That keeps our record alive. So that's the only one that we haven't had on that we've had on that hasn't scored yet is Grigorich. So we need him to actually play and get in.
Well, at least he has one already this year.
Yeah.
But,
that would bring the score up to 2-1, 3-1. Just before the second ends, Portillo got the goal from Giuliano and Parsons.
Yeah.
So again, Portillo continuing his hot streak right there.
no, it's absolutely something I love to see, and everybody loves to see just because Portillo continuing this streak. Yeah.
Right. And again, Giuliano continuing his assist streak too.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
And bringing it to 3-2 on the power play though. It's 30 seconds into the third. Perks scored from Duncan, so. But that would be the closest it came the whole weekend. So.
Yeah.
Because an empty net goal from Robertson, assist by Graham. So it's kind of weird to see an assist on an empty net goal. But hey, however we can get the points, right?
Now, also in this game, I heard that mentor announcer mentioned that after 65 minutes of shutout hockey played by the Prowlers.
65, okay.
So, for mentor to get that first goal, the announcers were pretty excited. They were pretty stoked. It was also Star Wars night for the Icebreakers. So it was a good feeling for them. And to actually break out that 65-minute slump, which truly isn't a lot in hockey, but, it's something to be excited over. Not going the night before.
Especially in this kind of league, too. So, let's get out of that penalty sheet, though. It looks like another long one, unfortunately. I like that last one, though. But, Nadia? Sorry. Nada?
Nada? Like Nada?
Yeah. Naida?
Nida? It wasn't there last time, I know that.
Thank you. And he got 2 minutes for cross-checking, and then 13:33 into the first. The Vipers served a penalty for too many men. I guess we can't count after we win 2-0, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
It was that nice arena with the way the arena. It's like it reminds me of the Dayton arena.
Yeah. Well, I hope not, because Dayton's arena is kind of
I'm talking about before it
right.
beforehand.
But
yeah, okay.
Robertson went in for hooking though, in just less than 5 minutes into the second, and then Pace got back-to-back calls for slashing, and then a double minor for high sticking, which
I'm still asking where.
They're getting ready for the next call he does. And then Berger, not much after that double minor, gets a tripping call. So that kind of negated a good 2 minutes of that double minor. So, and then Portillo got a hooking call just before the second ended. So that's not one you want to take right before the period ends. So, and then Nippard went for unsportsmanlike conduct 2 minutes into the third. Fowler got cross-checking, so that's literally right at the halfway mark of the third. So I guess he loves the halfway marks. And then Stoya, 13:49, got the hooking. And then these last three are kind of interesting right here. 1925, Portillo got the interference, and Brody took kind of exception to that.
Yeah.
Got the unsportsmanlike as well, and then right after the game ended, he was so upset about it.
Yeah.
You could hear it on the broadcast, where it's on both broadcasts too, where he's literally yelling and screaming at them.
Yeah.
So
in Mentor, the setup what we were. First time there was me and Brady, and you sit literally right next to Angelo and Jarrett. It's verbal abuse. I would say, absolutely. He was upset, and
there were some colorful words.
I mean, Duncan. I mean, it's just that name.
Yeah.
He's always. In our broadcast, we're always saying Duncan this, Duncan's on his back. Duncan takes no exception to that, whatever. But
his uncle, though, that is also the coach of the team, I guess he was the same way when he was playing hockey, though, too. So,
maybe, I don't know. I think he was another guy that played in the Coast a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. I did. When we were meant to the first time, I didn't really talk to him, but I was near him when he was talking to some other people, so he's a pretty loose guy, Duncan, and I could see it, them being alike, I guess, yeah.
Unfortunately. And it's you think he would want to kind of change his ways, get out of that kind of.
I don't know. I don't know him fully, but.
Right. But 532 showed up at that game, so it's kind of sad knowing they're kind of set up for the their stands up there because they can fit in a lot more.
Yeah.
Would you like to do the other poster before most of these people head out?
Yeah,
Since they're not letting nobody
might
else
as well. Let's go for the second poster that's signed by the whole team, and then pick another number, 1 through 10 again.
Me?
Yep.
3.
Third table. Congrats. And soon here we'll also be giving away a ticket to our next game on
And then
our
we
next
also have the one ticket to give away.
January
Yeah,
3rd.
it's a Wednesday or a Sunday game.
It's a Wednesday game. It's Wednesday the 22nd, January.
So that's against Danville. So we'll be giving that away soon. Probably after the next break here, which I know is another 10 minutes.
Yeah,
But
you might want to do it before that because people are clearing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
We should do it right now.
so let's see here. How should we give this one away? Let's. A lot of people just cleared out here. That's why we're having problems now. We had a lot of people here show up for the show, but
I would say pick a number through 1 through like 6. I think there's 6 tables.
okay.
If you want to.
I was going to say the table right behind us.
Yeah, you want
Okay.
The one directly behind
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
So congrats to the ticket. One ticket. Let's hope they show up and
Yeah.
oh, excuse me. Crystal's back on, and she said table right behind you guys. Thank you, Crystal. That's exactly what we did, Crystal. Thank you so much. And I know, guys. We need more questions. So it's I know, Crystal. You probably have a lot more questions yourself. Please chime in, and please put him through the rigorous interview that he does to the players.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
And also, I remember that we haven't put you through the full interview that we do either,
Yeah.
because we've done the favorite sports movie. What's your favorite movie overall?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
No, it's funny. I was having this conversation with my girlfriend last night. Like, yo, what's your favorite movie? Like, you're like quizzing each other, whatever. And there's multiple. Overall, I'd say like The Other Guys. I love Marvel. Spider-Man's my favorite superhero, so I love like any Spider-Man movie really. I'm also big into Star Wars, especially since they came back. So I would say like those.
That's funny.
Those movies.
You know,
Yeah.
this kind of goes with what you just said. She some
Yeah.
just asked, if you had a superpower, what would
Yeah.
your favorite superpower be?
I've always wanted, if I had to pick like psychic abilities, whether it be like reading minds or telekinesis, like picking picking people up with my mind, or you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
I can move that coat right now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like that. Yeah, reading minds. All that psychic ability stuff.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And that's You mentioned about Spider-Man though.
Yeah. Yes.
Who do you go for who's playing Spider-Man?
Oh, out of the 3,
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I really like Tom Holland. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Now
I love him. I think he's my favorite one.
He's
I'm
a
sorry.
good actor. He's a really good actor,
Yeah.
but I'm partial to Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Yeah, I mean, like
The
I said,
original Spider.
the first superhero movie I ever saw was actually the first Spider-Man. I was like 4, and I saw it in theaters. And yeah, I like Tobey too, but
Yeah.
I think Tom Holland's my favorite.
All right.
He's young.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. In the comics, Spider-Man was always like a boy. You know. What
Yeah.
I mean? So out of
Well,
all the
that's-
3, he's a boy, but it's. Yeah. go
Yeah,
on,
so,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Tom Holland does embody the whole Spider-Man, so that's exactly what you're saying.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it's yeah.
Crystal asked if you could work with anyone you have met this year, who would it be and why?
Work as in
Probably the team.
like as a broadcaster. Well, it's funny. I wanted to ask Joe while he was suspended if he wanted to do a color commentary with me because at the time Brady was still in school, so I think Joe would be interesting. As another broadcaster. I think Brian Parsons, he'd be pretty funny up there.
I mean, he did do the hot dog thing with.
I did see that. Yes, I think Z would be good up there too. He's another funny guy. But I think, I know. I think Matt told me early on, Matt Graham, that one of his junior teams, they used to, if Guy wasn't playing, they used to do color commentary or something like that. So I think Matt would be good up there too. I guess he has experience. But yeah, there's some names. Yeah.
Who? We got to alter it a little bit because you're the broadcaster, not actually playing. So it's what was your favorite arena to broadcast from?
Excluding McMorran.
That's any, including McMorran.
Danbury, Watertown, Mentor.
It's like in general from all the arenas that you broadcast from, including your like.
Even the baseball.
Yeah.
I would say it's honestly a tie. I would say between Skyland Stadium, that's the Sussex County Miners, where I broadcast the baseball from. That arena was perfect. You could see like everything. Obviously, it's the only baseball arena I broadcasted from, so maybe they're all like that. But I just remember it was a perfect view, and I love that press box. It was a nice press box. And then McMorran Arena. I think McMorran Arena. It's a great view, easiest to see the ice from. Columbus was nice. I think it was a little bit high up. Obviously, that arena is just massive, compared to the other ones I've been to. But overall, I'm going to say McMorran and Skyland Stadium. Yeah.
Sounds good for baseball, huh?
Yeah.
What's your favorite book?
Great Gatsby. There's like a runner up there too, but it basically told me like money can't buy you happiness in life, and that was a lesson I always took with me since high school. Yeah.
First, you say you're on the dean's list for 8 semesters.
Yeah.
Now you're bringing out the big guns in Great Gatsby.
Yeah. Also, another one, a runner up to it. Kind of a controversial book. I'd say Catcher in the Rye too.
Oh.
I enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it as much as Great Gatsby, but it's one I liked. It was interesting. It's a very interesting book.
Yeah, I liked The Great Gatsby. I read that in high school.
Yeah.
And I thought it was one of the best books I ever read.
Yeah, same. Yeah, same exactly.
The other one I would read is Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry.
Okay.
So that was pretty awesome book too.
What's your favorite city other than Port Huron?
New York. Yeah. No, New York. Yeah.
Hey, I don't blame him.
New York.
Oh, nice.
East Rochester.
How do you deal with coaching staff's questions?
Usually I'm the one asking them questions, funny enough. If they have any questions, I'll answer it. I know I asked them enough questions, but fine. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because this will probably be our last segment, I'm figuring, because it's getting close to that 8 o'clock
Yeah.
mark.
Yeah.
Also, who is your favorite player to broadcast for? I guess, like, what is your favorite name to say?
Oh, my favorite name. I remember Ivan Bodarenko on Columbus. I had fun with his name because after a while of doing Columbus, like I know everybody on their roster now, so I'd be like Bodarenko with the poker or something like that. He's a fun name to say. Another guy from Sussex County Miners is Braylon Almadova. Same thing, just a fun name to say. I would say those two.
TV flickers and flashes.
Those are definitely like out there names.
Yeah. No, they're fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't complain, but I'd say those with a fun little twist.
Yeah.
But before we go to our last break, though, we definitely need to get this 50-50 raffle definitely picked out.
Put it in the bag.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Jeremy pick it up.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Now shake it up.
Yes, sir. Yes, master.
You can do the tax outside of reality, you know that, right?
And then our winner is the show. The show is a winner.
The put back in pot.
Wow. I wonder who wrote that.
And then, well, it was a couple that were, that family that was right over here.
Okay.
Can I just stop? This is
the link?
So-
Or no, you read this number?
No, they didn't write their name, and then it goes back to that.
Kelly Brace.
Ooh, congratulations, Kelly. We will contact you in the coming days, and after the break, I will have the amount that you won. So
Question with Jeremy.
We'll do it after the break.
Okay.
we have about 30 seconds left, so make it quick.
How would you promote a positive energy with your team through a bad situation?
It's a hard one because I feel like I wouldn't be the one giving the positive energy. Those guys, they find a way to just pump up the morale again, whether it's blasting music or just having a good time like that. So, I mean, I don't know. I would just try and get loud and have fun around them again. Like I said, they're so great at keeping up their like spirits and morals, and I don't know. Definitely start taking notes from them. Definitely, yeah.
So work with whatever you got, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And we'll be right back after these final commercials.
Hey guys, it's Crystal.
At Big Boy, we
Hey guys, it's Crystal from the Port Huron Prowlers. Back to you from behind the scenes. I'm with Mitz today, and Mitz and I are here to give you guys some examples of things the guys would like on the bus trip. Mitz, do you think the guys would like granola bars? What about fruit and vegetables? Okay, not vegetables, but how about fruit? Cases of water? What about some Powerade and Gatorade? Well, there you have it. Some true facts of what Mitz thinks our boys should have on the road trips. Thanks for watching and enjoy the show.
At Big Boy, we've got lots of omelets all day, every day. Like the meaty meat lovers, savory Southern, or hearty Denver. It's your Big Boy.
Well, not really. I got the beat. Oh, Elite Wrestling tomorrow, guys. If you're on the wrestling. I can't believe I let myself get. Oh, I tried. That one was good.
Border City Paranormal is a professional paranormal team located in the Blue Water area. If you have any uneasy feelings, hear bumps in the night that cannot be explained, or hear rumors about your home or business, please give us a call.
Hi, and welcome back for our final segment. All right, I guess let's just get this question out of the way since you're already prepared.
Oh no.
Favorite coach, Matt or Joe?
I like them both the same. Sorry. I definitely don't have a preference. No, I like them both the same. Like I said, I'm around them every single day. So
Right. So
I like them both the same. I mean, they're both great guys. They're great guys, and I'm grateful for them for giving me this opportunity to be with the team. So
and I guess that's a good answer. The best answer that we've got. So. Especially with how much you have to be around them too. So let's get to these standings really quick.
Yeah.
In the Eastern Division, first is Danbury, 14-5-1-2, 46 points, and then Watertown Wolves, 13-8-0-1 for 40 points. Mentor Icebreakers, 12-11-0-0 for 36 points. Elmira, 9-11, 2-1 for 32 points, and then pulling up the rear in the Eastern Division is Delaware Thunder with a record of 6-15-0-0 for 18 points. And Western Division, it's a little bit of a tricky
Up
situation.
and down over the last weekend.
Mm-hmm. Carolina bringing up the top, 19-1-0-1 for 58 points. Of course, they're in the lead. But I guess it helps playing Battle Creek a lot. So,
Yes.
And then our boys from Port Huron, 11-6-3-0 for 39 points. And then in third is Danville, 12-9-0-2 for 38 points. And Columbus in fourth with a record of 6-12-2-1. And then unfortunately in fifth is Battle Creek with a record of 0-24. So that's just one of the saddest statistics that we have out there.
Yeah.
That's unfortunately becoming embarrassing for the whole league.
The good news is that they're improving.
Yeah, they are improving. Even though it doesn't say in the standings, they are improving. So, which is a good thing.
They almost beat Elmira.
Yeah, that's we have two games this weekend too, both against Delaware. Is Saturday's game any earlier?
I think they're both at 7. Pretty sure they're both at 7 on the
I
dot.
tell you, I got mine.
7:30.
I have one in my
I think
wallet.
7:30.
Is it 7:30?
I think so. Oh, we can find out right here.
Friday, 7:30.
Also, we got 2 games.
Saturday,
tonight,
7:30.
too.
Yeah.
So they're both at 7:30. Make sure.
7:30 is, sorry, my bad. But 7:30.
How dare you? Predictions for the Friday night game. Let's start with you, Robert.
4-1 us.
And then Dana,
3-2. Us.
Mike,
I'll go 3-2 us.
and then let's put you on the spot.
4-2 us.
And then I'm gonna say 5-1 us. So, and then Saturday's game. Sorry.
Oh, Grimmett.
He did say
I said
Oh, you
3-2.
did? Oh, okay.
And then Robert.
This is gonna be a closer one. I'll say 2-1 us.
And then-
Regulation.
Wow.
I'm going to still say 3-2 again. Us for this week.
I'll give them more advance. I'll say 4-2. I'll say 4-1 so we get a chance to know Delaware's in.
And then Jeremy.
I say it's a closer game. I'll go 3-2.
And then I'm gonna go for the 3-2 win again. Empty net goal.
Oh yeah, 3-2.
Wait, what?
Also, you're saying it's gonna be tie, and we're
Who
gonna.
gets the empty net?
Yes.
It's gonna be. You know,
I got to go for Steve Shannon's prediction. 3-2 empty net.
yeah. we say that every game now.
Who gets,
Yeah.
who gets the goal game winner?
Yeah.
Nipper.
Nipper?
Portillo.
I say Nipper.
I say Graham.
Graham? What about you, Dana?
I said Nipper.
Oh, he did? Oh, us. Yeah.
Hopefully Levier. No.
So Levier, that's a lot on you now. Come on.
Is he in the
Graham. Oh well, yeah. Chris is actually like supposed to. Well, he's supposedly coming, but work may interfere. You know how it goes. But yeah, he's.
Well, if he's scheduled. I'm gonna say change mine. If he is there and he is playing, I'm gonna say let me.
Same. Yeah,
I will.
same. No, same. Actually, you're right. No, he is scheduled to come. He may not. That happened once before because of work. So.
Crystal says Joe Page from the Blue Line. The guy's hot.
Yeah.
Let's go, Joe. So, some bold predictions for this weekend, especially mine with the empty net. So, is there any final remarks for this year that you want to say, like anything hockey related or family related? Since this is the end of the decade, guys, and it's
Last
2000
show for 2019 too.
Yeah. So it's
Let's go Prowlers.
Yeah, we can say Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year to everybody out there.
Yeah, to all the fans.
Thank y'all for coming out. It's been a prosperous year. We hope to see y'all at the beginning of 2020.
and
Be well out there.
it's a lot more wins too. So.
Oh yeah. A lot more fan support. Come on out. Games are fun.
Bye guys. See you next year.
Yeah.